Go Cavs.
Go Cavs. Oh, sorry, Jarrett. How is it? I said Guzik. Is it Guzik? Yes. Okay. My
Wow.
bad. My bad.
So he's making notes.
Yeah. It won't happen again. Although I still don't know how to pronounce Chumo Kiki to this
I would
day. I still
also,
can't remember.
if we can get through this game with Donovan Mitchell not looking like an injured player, that would be great.
Yeah. That's what
I
I'm
think
really worried about.
if this turns into like the Kevin Durant in the finals against the Raptors thing, then I'm going to be very upset.
Yeah, dude. If he's not looking good, it's basically over. Like if Mitchell comes out and looks like he's limping, I don't see us getting the dub. But outside of him too, like I hope that Mobley looks a bit better because I thought Mobley looked pretty damn good in Game 3. I thought Game 4 his mobility looked a lot worse. If he looks a little bit better, I'll be feeling good. I don't really expect Garland to look healthy. There's nothing that I've seen that makes me think Darius Garland's going to look like the shifty floor general that we've come to know. It just he looks really hobbled out there.
I was listening to some just a few podcasts that talked about this series, just trying to see if anyone could make me feel better. Shocker, no one did. But they were like, so how do you think Garland looks? And they're like, oh, he looks like he's like 90%. Like you could tell the
No,
toe is holding it back a little bit. I'm like, brother,
no.
what Garland have you been watching? Like last year's postseason, maybe?
Yeah.
Like
Garland looks I'm not just saying like he looks awful mobility wise. And obviously the on-court production has been bad as well, but like he does not look like as Demo says, like 60%. And the thing is, he started off Game 3 looking maybe 80, 85%. Like these are arbitrary numbers. You get what I'm saying though. Like he looked decent to start Game 3. As it went on, he got worse and worse and worse. Game 4 looked absolutely horrible. And it's not an
also
excuse, just to be
like
clear. It's not an excuse, but I'm just calling it like it is. He doesn't look like himself.
the guy literally fell down with zero contact while dribbling the ball up 2 times in the last like 3 games.
Yeah, it's just he can't shift. He can't shift or change directions like he normally does. Hopefully he'll look better here. But I would say like I need Mitchell to look close to himself, and I hope Mobley looks a bit better. Darius, I'm assuming he is what he is at this point. I think Jarrett Allen could be more aggressive in this game. I thought that he kind of shied away a little bit in Game 4. A little bit's underselling it. Max Strus. Max Strus might have been the only player who looked decent in Game 4, if you could even give anybody credit.
I thought Garland's stat line was so deceiving for how he looked in Game
Yeah.
4. People were walking away being like, well, Darius at least got it going in the fourth game. And I'm like, we were down 50. It doesn't even matter.
I'll be honest with you guys. I didn't even watch the second half of that game. I watched the first half. I watched every possession. And then I was like, yeah, I heard Darius Garland started to find his rhythm in the second half. And I guess that's something that like maybe could be helpful as far as like just seeing the ball go through the hoop. But like, is it going to translate? It's not going to be as intense.
Does free gym translate to full game speed?
Yeah. All right, here we go, man. Here we go. Let's get off to a good start here.
If Miles Turner starts looking like James Harden again, like he did at the end of the half, then I think we're cooked already.
Unreal. The ball wasn't even touching the net on his 3-point shots. Oh, bad start there.
Also, like Siakam looked incredible in the first quarter of last game too.
Siakam was so good, absolutely torching us.
If you told me we were going to lose a Pacer series because we were getting cooked by Siakam and Miles Turner.
Hey, let's go, Jarrett.
Nah, he's soft.
Good stuff.
This team's weak.
Love seeing Jarrett go right at the rim there. I mean, they've just got to show fight, right? Like you have to win this game on your home floor. No excuses. They got to find a way to win this. Strus.
Max.
Good luck.
Jarrett.
All right. Here we go.
All right.
Oh, come on. He can still do that, right? Oh, it's a good look, though. Man. Yeah, last game, they got absolutely abused. But I will say the Cavs, through the first 3 games, were winning the possession battle. So, like, this isn't like a 2023 situation where they're just getting crushed every single game on the glass. they've shown me they can win the possession battle. So I'm expecting them to come out and win the possession battle this time.
I feel like I constantly draw like comparisons between this series and the Celtics-Knicks series, but like it really is true that it feels like both the Celtics and the Cavs have outplayed their opponent for a decent amount of stretches in the series and have just crumbled in crucial moments. Game 4, we were not good for 1 second of that game, though. So take that for what you will.
Yeah.
That Mobley 3 in the first 4 possessions, that was our peak.
No, honestly, I saw that. I was like, hey, Mobley looks good to start off, but obviously I knew the end result of the game. So I was like, I guess that didn't hold. But one thing about that, though, I will say, like, I noticed a couple times, one specifically where Evan Mobley catches the ball on the 3-point line and he has Obi Toppin on him and he settles for a somewhat contested 3. And I'm like, man, Mobley has to destroy that mismatch if he gets Toppin on him. And I don't know if it's just he settled for the 3 or his mobility isn't as good. I think it's probably a little bit of both.
That was
good move from Darius. You could tell it was short. All right. Contested 2. Cavs defense off to a pretty decent start there. Mitchell looks like he's moving all right. I don't like the turnarounds from the guards. Turnaround jumpers start.
I'd rather just kick it back out.
Yeah. We've had 2 of them already.
If you're met by a taller defender, just give it up. I don't need you doing like a ultra contested turn away jumper.
Especially that early into the clock. It feels like they've been sped up throughout this series.
Ty Jerome's
I like that.
Wrong flips.
I like to see Evan Mobley burrow his way into the rim or into the paint right there and get a post hook.
I think it was Carter that pointed this out, but I would also like to just see Mobley kind of bring up the ball more, have the ball in his hands. I think he's dropped something around like it was either 6 or 8% in on ball usage between the regular season and postseason.
Yeah, it's like you gotta, especially with the injury to Garland and
that's what I'm thinking
of a load that Mitchell's like carrying. If Mobley can bring the ball up a little bit more, makes life easier for Garland and Mitchell because now. Like, I mean, it's what they did in game 2 where, like, Okoro's bringing the ball up the floor. And you're not doing that because Okoro's a point guard. You're doing it because you just don't want Mitchell to have to face this full court pressure. And so I think giving Mobley some touches, which, such a good look right there. You just missed it. But giving Mobley some touches would be a good idea.
I feel like the only reason that they're not doing it is because their guards are struggling so much just to break free of the physical off-ball defense that they're like, we might as well guarantee it gets in their hands by having them bring it up.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that I could think of as to why they're decreasing that. Because like you said, and it's something that you just know, like, I would rather Garland not be on ball a lot. Because the more you work him, the worse he's going to look as the game goes along. That's not going to get better as time goes along. Feels like the Mitchell knee thing that we noticed during the Orlando series. Like, we thought Mitchell looked so hampered in that Orlando series, and it just deteriorated over time. It's just one of those injuries that's just rest. It's not going to be like, magically get better if he has 48 hours in between.
Yeah, that's the issue. That's where I'm so worried about. That's why I don't have much faith, or I didn't have much faith when they entered game 2. Is I'm like, it just seems like if Darius Garland was going to make a recovery, he would have been back by now. He's going to be hurt through the remainder of the playoffs, whatever that may have been. But back then, when I was saying, right, whether that's just this series or a future series, like Darius Garland is probably not going to be 100% the rest of this playoffs, and that matters. That matters a lot. Right now, by the way, both teams missing a bunch of shots. It's like the first time all series where both teams can't score. See how long that lasts.
We just got to drag him into our offensive pit of despair.
All right, let's see how Donovan's moving. So far, I haven't really noticed any limitations here, but he hasn't had the ball too much.
I feel like you'll know more when he's around the rim, honestly, to see what kind of burst he has.
Jumping. Yeah.
I just find it hilarious out of all of the, because Donovan's been just on the ground so much in this series that the one time he gets injured, it's in a shooting warm-up.
It's like, give me a break. The offensive process has been a little questionable here. This is a good
That
look.
was nice. Okay.
Oh,
If only Mitchell wasn't going through like one of the worst cold stretches from three he's ever had, but all right.
yeah. Oh, guys had so much time to get back there, but they're missing. They are missing, which is helpful. 2 for
Look at
8, 2 for
that.
10. Oh, there we go.
Those are
Oh,
Celtic fourth quarter numbers right there.
I cannot believe I saw a cool guy was in the chat earlier. I can't believe we're in this whole cool guy, and the Tatum stuff is just horrible on top of all of it. But if you had told me that we were getting Knicks Pacers in the conference finals, I would have been completely stunned, as most people probably would have been. And that's no disrespect to the Pacers or the Knicks, but I mean these are 260-win teams. And the Tatum injury just absolutely sucks, man. I know I've always been in the minority for Cavs Twitter, but I've always liked Jason Tatum. I've always thought he's a really, really good player. He's a great role model. He doesn't get into any stupid issues off the court. I think he plays the game the right way. He shoots a lot of threes, but overall, I think he's a very, very good, not face of the league, right? Like he's never been LeBron or Curry or Durant or anything. He's always been a tier below that, but he's won a championship. He's an elite player. I've always thought he got overhated, and so I know it's like become a meme to be like, oh, when people pretending that they're upset that the other player's team or the other team's player gets hurt or whatever. Oh, let's go, Mitchell. Let's go. But yeah, anyways, that's all I wanted to say. I feel genuinely my stomach dropped watching that injury for Tatum. I think he's such a great player.
No, Tatum's kind of suffers from like the LeBron thing where people just dislike him because he's corny.
Yeah.
And it's like that's the personality of Tatum is that people
Yeah.
just go like it's so stupid that he steals people's lines and celebrations and stuff. Where it's like LeBron's so stupid for looking like he's reading all the time.
Yeah.
What
Games.
This is my favorite book.
He's always on the first 5
I
pages
just
when the picture
started
gets
this
taken.
Where he's like, oh man, what a read. It's like, can you summarize it? I'm in the first 2 lines, but just open the epilogue.
All right, the Cavs would definitely benefit from the game being a rock fight, I think. The one thing that they have not done throughout this series is control the pace. Game 3 was the best they did, and part of that was the referees were calling every single foul on both teams so that the pace just got slowed down as part of that. And they got a bunch of offensive rebounds that brought the pace down too, but so far the Pacers have been controlling that and running all up and down the floor, and that has really hurt them. If this is a low-scoring game, I think it benefits the Cavs.
Oh, good cut.
Good cut. Yeah, great cut from Mobley.
I was looking at Allen on Nemhard, and I was wondering how they were going to try to get to that. But then I just saw Mobley. Siakam was snoozing.
Yeah. So far, Mobley's moving pretty well to me, which is encouraging. Same with Mitchell. Again, we'll see how that continues throughout the game, but encouraging so far. You can see Darius is literally limping. Like he was limping right after that.
I feel like it's something where he could literally just land on it wrong, and then it's back to square one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. People laughed at like it being a toe injury, but you don't realize how you hit your toe every single time you change directions. Like the risk for re-aggravating that and going back to square one, like you said, it's just you can see it. He's clearly not healthy. And again, I know I have to say this ad nauseum, but like it's not an excuse. It's not an excuse. I'm just calling a spade a spade. I'm calling out what I'm seeing. He's not moving well.
Well, also like medical professionals have said that injury would normally result in like him being out for a month.
Yeah.
And playoff basketball is a lot more intense than regular season. If this was regular season, like maybe he would have come back in like 2 weeks and they would have slowly like ramped him back up. But it's like, hey, how would you like to play like 35 plus minutes with a sprained toe? People act like he stepped on a Lego block or something, and he just like is just not pushing through it. It's absurd. I get it. Like if the Cavs were down 2-2, people probably wouldn't make as much of a deal out of it. But I think just the way this series has gone, it's like who can we just point the finger at as a solution?
Yeah. Yeah, this is what I've been trying to say and be clear. It's like I get fans are so understandably pissed off and upset. This is a 64-win team that looks like it's about to lose potentially in 5 to the Pacers. Everyone's upset. You're looking for something to blame. There's plenty of fair things to criticize this team for. Like, don't get me wrong. There are plenty of things that the Cavs have done wrong in this series, but like I think it's important to try and be fair with the criticism. Like blaming it on Darius Garland not powering through an injury. They're not losing the series because Darius Garland isn't tough enough to play through the injury. That's not why they're losing the series. And I'm not saying that they're losing the series solely because of injuries either, but like there's plenty of valid, fair things to point to. Darius Garland like not being tough enough, I just don't think is worth discussing.
Yeah, I think, a lot of the talk when people say, like, are the Cavs tough enough? People think they'll point to the injury thing, but it's more that I think the on-court product than
Mm,
the off-court product when
yeah.
we talk about toughness that can be in question for the Cavs. I
Mm,
also think, the playoffs are so different in the sense that it literally could take 4 games of poor shooting, which in the regular season would just be a minor slump. But in the postseason, it just gets magnified so much. For like the Cavs have had such like literally months of scoring the ball at an elite rate. And then when that goes off, they haven't had much experience of how to get themselves out of it either.
mm. Yeah, no, I agree. And to highlight what Old Kid says, I'm going to paraphrase this. Basically, about 40 to 60% of the total force that you're using when you take a step is coming through big toe. When you jump, if you weigh around 200 pounds, it's normal to put around 300 to 400 pounds of pressure directly on your big toe. So it's very difficult to play through an injury like that. And I also want to mention what Jackson said good start from Jarrett, setting good screens today and responding to the physicality. It makes things more frustrating. I will say this, though. Everyone really, really piled on my guy, Jarrett Allen, last game. And again, no one played good, so it's not excusing that whatsoever. But Jarrett Allen is definitely one of those players where, like, if everything around him is crumbling, he looks significantly worse. Like, you almost never get games where, like, wow, everything's going wrong, but Jarrett Allen looks great. Like, no, if everything's going wrong, a lot of Jarrett Allen's flaws also come to light. And I feel like he becomes, like, the main, like, they didn't lose game 4 because of Jarrett Allen. They lost game 4 because everybody sucked. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't just Jarrett Allen. They all sucked in game 4. Strus has been hit in the face.
I didn't know they called those.
Darius Garland can't believe someone got called for a foul
Heck,
for being
Strus
hit in the
got
face.
clobbered in the face twice last game, and they didn't call it. All they called
I
was
didn't even
his
see that.
shove.
All right, Cavs. See what kind of offense we. I'm the number one Jarrett Allen defender. People got to be nicer to Jarrett Allen. All right, he's been really good in this series. Game 4 he was bad, but everyone was bad. He's been good in this series. Outside of that, another offensive foul.
There have been other series where you could point the finger at Jarrett Allen
Yeah.
and it was valid, but to say that the Cavs were a good Jarrett Allen away from winning the Pacers series is a little rich for my blood, honestly.
Uh-oh, let's go.
Oh,
Man. See, like, I still think Darius Garland, this is just a guess, but, like, I think he should be able to hit threes with a toe injury. So, like, when he shoots a 3, I still feel good about it.
great
Any
defense. All right.
Try to get the rebound. Any, like, interior attack from Garland is where I start to grimace, but, like, if he gets a three-point shot up, I feel reasonably confident he can make it. Guess we'll see, though. See, like, that's a hard attempt, but look at Jarrett Allen. Or did he pick up a foul? I thought they fouled him. Hunter. Oh yeah, Hunter and Wade first out on the floor instead of Ty out there. I wonder how much of a leash Ty Jerome gets. We really need a good Ty Jerome game, man. Oh my God, do we need a good Ty Jerome game?
Either a good Ty Jerome game or no Ty Jerome game. I'm fine with
Okoro
either.
out here too. Right now, it's looking like a no Ty Jerome game.
Hell yeah. Craig Porter, here we come, baby.
I do think you need to give him a run because you do need him, but I wonder, clearly Kenny Atkinson's gonna put his faith into other guys first.
That's a tough shot.
That was a really tough shot. Only Darius Garland's like the only ball handler on the floor right now, I think.
They got Isaac Okoro out there.
Yeah, let Okoro bring it up. See, it's
this could be
12
our
seconds
last
on the
game
clock.
of watching Okoro.
Hey, don't say that. I don't want to think about that right now.
Hey, man, I have financial investment in Isaac Okoro.
Good shot from Darius Garland. I was worried there because that was, old kid. That was 18 seconds of Darius Garland dribbling the entire time, and it took them till 13 on the clock to actually start doing anything. And so he bailed them out with that shot. But Need better offense than
I would
that.
argue outside of Jarrett Allen, this is an off. These are like the offensive players on the Cavs who cut the least.
Yeah, right, right. Yeah, it's like
The players that
it's
were
the
just
stand in
like,
the corner squad.
yeah, we're when they cut, we're like, oh,
Yeah.
it's like,
Whoa! Did you see Okoro go back door right there? All right,
that
Mitchell
was
back on the floor
crazy.
already.
Kenny was like, wait, who the hell allowed those three to all be on the floor at the same time?
Could use a big DeAndre Hunter game too. We really haven't gotten much from him, and I know
I
it's
would
the
go for a good bench game.
yeah. There you go. There, yeah. Someone on the bench show us something.
I would like
Dean Wade's been running cardio, but like I just need someone to score points. Ooh, Donnie! Whoa! No, don't get hurt. He's mad at himself for missing that. Donovan Mitchell is an absolute madman. He is truly a gladiator. Like, this is a guy who's like questionable to play with a lower body injury, and he's like, I'm gonna try to dunk from the free throw line.
I can't tell if that was because of contact or just like the ankle.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if he slapped the floor because he was in pain or because he missed the dunk. That was my initial read, but the fact that he even tried that with how hobbled he is, or not hobbled, he doesn't look too hobbled, but with the injury concerns, he's an absolute warrior. I mean, this dude's crazy.
Novocaine's a hell of a drug.
It's a shame that game 4 went the way that it did, because he's only averaging 34 now. And that doesn't even, that's such an undersell for how good he's been in this series. Like, he should be averaging over 40.
If Donovan Mitchell wasn't like 99% muscle, he would have shattered so many bones in this series.
God,
yeah. They're providing him such a springboard.
We need someone on Twitter asked me to count how many times Mitchell has hit the floor in this series, and I couldn't I don't know how to find that easily without literally rewatching every single play
attempt.
But it feels like it's probably near a league high for the second round. He has hit the ground like at least 3 times a quarter, it feels like.
The amount of times too, it's like face to hardwood.
Yeah.
Like there's no hand cushioning either.
All right. I like the start for the Cavs. It's not perfect, but it's a good start. It's like a B- start for the Cavs. Better than game 4, yeah. Well, that would have been hard to be worse. Hey, dude, it's hilarious how Mathurin has become the like absolute villain of Cleveland. It happened so quickly.
It's so random. It's like the Mo Wagner in the Orlando series, where going in, Mo Wagner wasn't someone you really even were like.
Even more random than that, because at least I knew that Wagner was like really physical and like could bother people. Mathurin, I did not expect. I guess he had that one moment when he was like, if you guys remember the first Donovan Mitchell season, there was like a jump ball and Mathurin wouldn't let go of it. And so Mitchell's like, I'm not letting go of it either. And then they were like pushing each other. So I guess you could see that it was there. But yeah, like every single person who I've talked to about this series, one of the first things they say is, that Mathurin guy's an asshole. I hate that Mathurin guy. What the hell is his problem? And I'm like, yeah, I get it. But like, also, he's one of those guys, if he's on your team, you low-key love him. You're like, yeah, piss him off. Like, those are the guys you love to have on your team. You absolutely hate to play against them.
It's literally Dillon Brooks.
Yeah, it's Dillon Brooks. It's Draymond. It's Patrick Beverley.
Yep.
Right? Like, the closest thing the Cavs have to that is like Max Strus, but he's not like as openly. Oh yeah, it was Niang, I guess. Yeah, but like Niang is like. You just laugh at it when Niang does it to your team almost. You're like, who does this guy think he is?
Why is Paul Blart in my player's face?
Yeah, I do think something that I saw on Twitter a couple times, we've said this about Okoro throughout his career, but like if he just had that nastiness to him, if Okoro just played like one of those guys, just foul the hell out of somebody, just grab people, be really physical. It would honestly be like, I would consider that a leap for Isaac Okoro, because you get away with more stuff when you play like that. You become more impactful, genuinely. Right now, he's dolphin diving on the floor. Hey, let's go. Jarrett got it back. Yeah, like if Okoro had that nastiness to him, it would be helpful. Let's go. Whew. 8-0 run.
God, didn't that feel really seamless? That was probably the most stress-inducing 8-0 run of all time.
Yeah, there was lots of "it's so over" moments during that run. We had Mitchell nearly, break every bone in his body. We had Okoro fully
Bringing the ball
horizontal
up.
diving for the ball. Yeah.
And yeah, I could
Oh
see
my god.
pushing the Okoro primary ball handler button with a minute left in the first.
Yeah,
Don't get me
this is a
wrong.
good
I
start for
love
the Cavs.
experimenting with Okoro like that. In the regular season, though, is the footnote I would add to that comment.
You don't like Point Okoro making one of his first appearances in an elimination game?
Um, I like the spiciness that Kenny's feeling. I don't know if we end up losing this game that we're gonna point to those minutes fondly.
Aura says, "Can we do to them what they did to us?" I wouldn't expect the Cavs to win by 40. I do think they can win this game, but I don't think there's going to be that much separation. Allen's off to a real good start. Yeah, I want to shout out Jarrett Allen. He's bounced back to start again. It's still early, but he's responded very well. I think the team in general has responded right. Like there's a lot of game left to be played, but getting crushed the way you did in game 4 and coming out and starting with a lead in the first quarter here, you could have easily rolled over. And obviously, there's much more time for that to happen. Well, I'm not ruling it out, but I think the Cavs showing some fight here and finding a way to win this game is important for just I've been saying this. I truly think game 4. I think games 1 through 3 are more indicative of who the Cavs are and who they've become than what we saw in game 4. Game 4 was ugly. It was bad. It was the worst of the worst. It was all of their worst tendencies coming out. But I think that's the outlier compared to who they've shown me to be throughout the regular season, throughout the first round against Miami, and throughout the first 3 games of this series. I think that's closer to who they are than the game 4 loss. And so they got to. But the thing is, they got to prove it to me, right? So you got to come out and fight in game 5 and find a way to win this.
Yeah, my only concern is that, as the chat has pointed out, neither team has hit a three yet,
Yeah.
and Indiana is shooting 29%. And based on the fact that they're the only team in the postseason to be shooting 50-40 thus far, what is it? What are the Cavs going to look like when the shots that they're allowing that are open start
Mhm.
falling? Because
Right. Yeah.
I don't want to, like, yeah, it looks good right now, but it's while the Cavs are still kind of struggling, but the Pacers are putting on their best impression of Cavs game 4.
And it's so frustrating that it's come to that because the Cavs were the best shooting team in the league all year. And now we're like, can they just please shoot 30% from 3? It's like it crushes me that we're already in that point. But like I agree with you. Yeah, it's like I feel if I just remove all my bias and I'm like, who's gonna get hot from 3 earlier in this game, like you probably feel way more confident the Pacers will do it before the Cavs do. But that just would not have been my guess entering this postseason, which is so crushing.
I know that you could literally, the sad part about this is you could take this conversation and copy paste it into last year and it'd be the same exact conversation where it's
Mm,
like, dear God, I hope the three-pointer falls this
yeah.
series. But unlike last season, we had a insane track record of being like the best three-point shooting team in the league. And then it's like, how can the Cavs adjust to something that's been their identity pretty much all year?
Mm, yeah. Jackson's trying to figure out what the opposite of a magnet ball game would be called. It's when like you get the two opposite ends of the
Yeah.
magnets and they repel each other. That's what's happening. Both teams are this is the double magnet ball, and they're like it's just repelling each other.
Bumper ball? I don't know.
Yeah. All right, come on. Let's get this started off right. Last time the Cavs were down 3-1 and had a game where they couldn't make a three-pointer, they ended up winning the championship. So, it wasn't game 5 that they did that. It was game 7, but still, just
Yeah.
noticing trends here. Hopefully, Amon Shumpert, aka Isaac Okoro, can get us started with a 4-point play.
Wow. What a comp.
Right. Well, he was just like the closest player I could think of. Like who would be like as shocking as Shump hitting the 4-point play? It would probably be like Okoro. Although Shump is a much better shooter than Okoro ever was or has been. I mean,
Okoro past tense.
yeah, I was like already counting him out. Oh man,
Yeah, he'll never hit that peak.
Oh, let's go. Here we go. Come on. Nice. He's such a tank, dude. He's such a bully. Donovan Mitchell.
I like the and one attempts where he isn't falling to the floor.
Yeah, that was so
Let's do
much
more of
better.
those than him trying to baptize Pascal Siakam in transition.
Just literally lowers his shoulder into him like a running back. Siakam goes flying. That's what I'm talking about, Donnie. We don't have to hit the floor. Let's just push people around.
Use your wide ass shoulders.
I was gonna say he's been making his free throws too, but I figured I'd wait till the ball either went in or missed, and of course he bricked it. But he was making his. I think it was his first missed free throw today, right? He made the other ones. There's a three. First three of the day. Ben Shepherd, as we all expected.
Yep. To bring the Pacers up to a crisp 14% from three.
All right, Mobley probing here. Good spin, good patience. Left it short. Oh, he got fouled. All right.
Good patience.
I thought he got hit. I thought he got blocked.
Yeah, that's kind of what I feared too.
All right, yeah, 9 and 10th free throw attempts for the Cavs. So again, like you dominated them in the paint in the first 3 games. So if you can continue to do that, get yourself to the free throw line, it's a good sign for the Cavs. But neither team shooting the ball well right now. We'll see who comes alive first. Pacers first 3 on the board. Good aggressive roll from Allen right there. You know, same thing right there. Good cut from Mobley. Everything's going towards the basket, which is good. Like all of Mobley's attempts, Allen's attempts, even if they're floaters or post hooks, they're going towards the basket rather than fading away.
Mm-hmm.
Already more points for Mobley and Allen. And almost more rebounds. Let's go, Okoro. Oh, let's go, Okoro. What are we doing?
What are we doing?
I don't know what happened there. Kind of got spun around and couldn't locate the ball.
We're playing one-person volleyball right now. I love that.
Thank God they missed that. That would have hurt. Oh, Halliburton's got 3 fouls. I didn't even notice that. Good.
I think
good
the thing
catch,
about
Cavs,
Halliburton too is pretty much like I feel like he vanishes for quarters because the team hasn't even needed him in this series, and it's like, there he is.
Right. Yeah, he hasn't. Ooh, nice move from Mitchell. He hasn't killed us. Like Halliburton has not killed us. That's game 2, obviously. But even then, he didn't play that good until he hit the big shot.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's another thing that's frustrating. Is like it's not even like Halliburton. It's torching us. It's just Indiana's depth is really showing up. Oh, 2 fouls for Halliburton. Okay. Still though, picked up two early ones. All right, Cavs. This is a great first quarter here. They've had some good first quarters in this series. It's been sustaining the lead and hopefully let's see if they can close it out here. Close out the quarter with another bucket. Another trip to the free throw line.
Another date with the hardwood.
That was a softer one compared to some of the hard.
Because he was able to
take at least
adjust midair.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely a good.
No, you go.
Let's hit these damn free throws.
Oh, I was gonna say this is definitely their best defensive first quarter in a long time, or defensive quarter period. Probably since the Game 3 second quarter. I think that was like 42-17 or something. Yep, no tie in the first.
Yep. I imagine he's going to play in the second quarter. I'd be surprised if he didn't play, but I also wouldn't blame Kenny Atkinson. Oh, that's an awful foul. No, is he in the shooting motion? Okay. Wait, yeah, right?
Yeah. Rick Carlisle's so mad he'll spit into his cup twice.
Yeah, this is a really bad foul. And this is literally like that's bad from Okoro. That's bad. If you're fouling, the foul to give, it has to be when the player's dribbling downwards. He's already in his shooting motion by the time Okoro hits him. That's just Okoro's not been very good here in the first quarter. He's had some questionable moments. That's a good call from the refs. Halliburton was already in the shooting motion when Okoro hit him. That's just a really bad play from Okoro.
Or Okoro wants us to be the one to make the statement buzzer beater at the end of the
Yeah.
first.
He recognized that. Wait, oh, I didn't even see him take he got 3 free throws, right? I only saw him take
Yeah.
one before that.
If Dean hit that, hype. Or Don, my bad.
Yeah, almost went in. All right, well, Cavs still a pretty damn good first quarter. They're checking the boxes that you have to check to beat this Pacers team. They're controlling the pace. I don't know what the rebounding numbers are, but like let me check. I feel like they're either winning the possession battle or at least keeping that competitive. And no one's hitting threes, but they're getting
12 to
into the
11.
paint, rebounding.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's competitive there. I've said it all series, but if you take care of those things, I think the Cavs win because they're scoring in the paint too. Let me see what the numbers are in the paint. Points in the paint, 18-10 already, Cavs. So just got to keep it up. Keep pounding them in the paint. They really don't have much of a interior defense down there outside of Turner. Take care of the ball, attack the paint, get yourself to the free throw line. Hopefully they hit a damn three-pointer because they're 0 of 5 right now. Indiana's 1 of 8. That's where if this game swings, it's going to be because Indiana starts to wake up from downtown. The Cavs aren't able to get back into it or match their pace. I mean,
Yeah, I'll be interested to see how this Cavs team reacts to a good stretch of Pacers basketball because it's going to come at some point. And right
yep.
now they look really good right now, but it's also because Indiana's shooting 31%. It's easy to look good when the other team looks bad.
Yeah. Yeah, Indiana's going to throw a punch, right? Like I've said this every single game. The Pacers, you're not going to put them down for the entire game. They're going to go on runs, right? We haven't gotten it yet from them. So you gotta find a way to sustain your lead and continue building it, and generate some 3-point looks because doing a really good job getting into the paint, but there is going to be, I'm telling you, we're going to get a stretch where the Pacers hit like 3 threes in 3 minutes or something, right? Like you're going to have to match their tempo at some point.
Going to be like some Nemhard, Naismith, Turner, 1, 2, 3. Then you're going to be a blank, and then the game's going to be a 1-point game. And it's like, all right, well, if the Cavs can hit shots to keep up with them, then you have something good going here. But if that appears like a turning point, then we might just be in for not an ideal time. The Cavs can't lose. It's her 11th birthday.
Max Strus before the game, they said he sent a message to all Cavs players: if you don't believe, then don't show up for work. And someone quote tweeted it because if anyone didn't see, Sam Merrill was a last second scratch with the three. They said, I guess Sam Merrill didn't believe. He said, "Dang, Max, I guess I can't show up then." No, I don't. That was such a random injury. Came completely out of nowhere. It's like he wasn't even. No one was talking about Sam as potentially missing the game, and out of nowhere neck injury. So.
That's too funny, though.
Yeah, Sam didn't believe.
Sam's on his way to Utah.
Sam
Took
Merrill
the first flight
out
home
for a lack of faith. Out tonight with lack of faith.
Tough for a Mormon to have a lack of faith.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see if Jerome gets minutes here in the second. I expect he's going to, but like I said, I also can't blame Kenny if he pulls the plug on that because it's been so actively damaging. Like, and it's such a like I said it all year long. Like, man, how good has it been to not have players not all year long since the LeVert and Niang trade. I was like, the Cavs have no one on their bench who just actively tanks lineups, and then Jerome hurt me at the last second. No Jerome still. I like to see Dean Wade have a better game too. I thought his defense was really good in games 1 through 3, and like we said, everyone was bad in game 4, but his defense included. Like everything fell apart. Good to see Hunter at the basket there, pushing transition. That's very helpful to have him give you like those occasional self-created points right there. Like that's something we've pretty much been missing throughout this series is like, just something as simple as like Hunter attacking in transition, getting two quick points on the board.
The fact that Hunter's most notable thing is that he got punched in the chest is
Right.
exactly what we were hoping for at the trade deadline.
There's some Dean Wade defense. All right, didn't get the stop yet, but that was really good defense from Dean Wade. Now Hunter's playing good D. Look at Dean Wade.
Donovan has
Look at
been
Dean Wade.
insane stripping the
Yeah.
ball this. So I
Oh.
think that's his third steal this game. Two,
Yeah,
I
Mitchell
guess,
Mitchell pushed the tempo a little too much there. Just need Wade to shoot one today. Yeah, well, I guess it's like Groundhog Day. Will Dean Wade attempt a three?
No,
Guess
that'd be the
we'll
most
find out.
boring YouTube channel or Twitter account of
Good
all
defense.
time. Those accounts
At least
that are
he's bringing the defense.
Yeah, I mean that's what he usually does.
Oh
my god!
Probably overthought that one. Should have just taken the jumper. Yep.
I agree, old kid. That was odd.
Pacers still can't buy a three. Neither can the Cavs, obviously, but
They bought
we're
one.
getting some breaks. Yeah, well, yeah, they bought one.
Oh,
Let's
no
see if the Cavs
spoiler
can get
alert
one.
here, but Tony, you reverse jinxed.
Did I? Uh-oh.
Oh!
DeAndre Hunter, save me. Save me, DeAndre Hunter.
That's exactly the state I want to be in. DeAndre Hunter, please. This is just rough, man. All right, I hate to be this guy, as I would like to think a co-chair of Okoro Island, but it's time. We got to get him out.
The Okoro minutes have not been good here. And I think he was fine. And I think games 1 and 2, maybe I'm misremembering. I think he was fine in those first 2 games. This has been a rough go for Okoro right now. And that's the thing is like there's no Sam Merrill and Kenny has not played Ty Jerome yet. So I don't know how long he can rely on Okoro. Here's the thing, we've said it all year long. At this point, I kind of think, all right, guess what, Max Strus, you got to play more tonight. Some of these guys got to play 40 minutes. I know Mitchell's hurt and Garland's hurt, so you can't play everybody 40 minutes. But this might be a situation where you got to shorten the rotation instead of turning to Javonte Green, for example, or Jalen Tyson.
Yeah, I feel like the reason they have Okoro out there is because he's arguably the best pick setter on the team outside of Allen.
That's a good point. Yeah.
That's the only reason I could think his leash is long enough that he's still out there.
Yeah.
And I'm not thinking Javonte Green is going to be a plug-and-play option there.
Yeah, at that point, I'd rather just play someone else 40 minutes than go to that. And I don't think I wouldn't say it's completely done for Okoro tonight. He's been bad, but I do think he still has value as a screener. And I think that with the way Indiana's full court pressing, it's valuable to have him setting screens. And I trust him defensively, but he hasn't been very good so far tonight. 3 fouls for Max Strus. It's not good.
What kind of juice do you think Damari Carroll still has?
I don't know.
Get out there, Damari.
Ty Jerome looks like a puppy right now. Every time the camera pans to him, he looks like a sad puppy.
This is like NFL draft coverage when the quarterback slides in the draft. They're after every play, they're like, now how is Ty reacting?
Yeah, they've showed him 10 times. Yeah, no, I agree. Or I mean, he's on the bench for a reason, but he does look sad that he's not out there. I think he's gonna get a chance at some point. Oh man.
Oh,
we got a lucky break there.
Oh, nice.
Good take, Alan. Good stuff. We've gotten a couple lucky breaks here.
I didn't know Hunter had a pass in his bag. Good for him.
Yes, first assist of the playoffs. Dude, we're fouling a lot.
And they're not even where I'm upset with the ref. They're just blatant. We're just offering a good contest, but we're just following through and literally running into them.
Yep.
Or just poor help defense in the case of Okoro. Like, just let him go.
Let me see the lower body on this one. I can't see. That actually might have been a questionable call, but the other ones, yeah, I agree.
Well, that
Like
was
that.
his hand.
Was it his hand? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was looking at lower body. I didn't see the hand. So yeah, then that's a good call too. Yeah, it's like just a lot of fouls right now. Like the Okoro foul, to both the Okoro fouls. Yeah, they gotta be a little more disciplined. 17-point diff, which is good, but the Pacers are gonna cut into this at some point. Like they're
Break out
gonna
the
have
diff
a stretch.
shirts.
Yeah. Dude, the shirts that they gave out this game are amazing, by the way. I really love the shirts that they gave out for this game. Not the diff ones. They're like the all
The black
black. I
one,
forget what
yeah.
it says. But yeah, I would kill for one of those shirts. Not actually, but I would greatly appreciate one of those shirts.
Could I just rephrase what I said on live YouTube? When I said I'd kill for that shirt, I meant.
Yeah, Jerome's still sitting. DeAndre Hunter's
Like
been
that.
good so far.
That was a good
Nice.
pick by Okoro too. That's definitely why
Yeah.
they still have him out there,
Mm,
honestly. And for his heart and hustle, obviously.
right.
And for those mean backdoor cuts.
Let's go. Oh, I thought he tipped that.
Honestly, let him rip.
All right.
The booze for Matherin on ball immediately.
Hey,
Hilarious.
let's go. I mean, yeah, that was like a very solid screen and gives all the room that Hunter needed to turn the corner there. Hunter's cooking right now.
No, Hunter is not a free agent. He is under tenure for quite a few years, I'm pretty sure. I think it's like 2 or 3. Let me check my favorite site, Spot Rack.
Yeah. Yeah, the Cavs have basically everyone pretty locked in. I think. Well, I was about to say, I think you can rest assured that no team is going to poach Ty Jerome from us this summer.
They have Ty Jerome or the DeAndre Hunter through 2027.
Nice.
Yeah. All that work that people did, like Bob Schmidt, you, Jackson, about like how could the Cavs crunch the numbers for keeping Ty Jerome? Must be really good to know that you're getting the best case scenario of all of those videos.
Yeah, well, at this point, I almost would have preferred that he just outpriced himself for us in the offseason. Like he just came out, was playing like the Miami series all year, because that would have been more enjoyable. But unfortunately, yeah, as old kid says in quotes, the best case scenario, Ty Jerome tanks all of his value and we get him on a minimum again. I mean, I don't know what his contract will be, but like, yeah, it hasn't been good that he's been unplayable. And it's like, I think the Pacers deserve a lot of credit for the defense they played on him, but I also think he just like, if there's anyone in this series who looks like they're a deer in headlights and just making all the wrong reads, it's been Ty Jerome to me. Like he has been the one player who I'm like, man, he has just consistently made the wrong play every time he's on the floor.
I also think that he wasn't honestly that great in the Miami series either. If we're comparing like how he's been playing, I made a comparison like this earlier, and it's not like a 1-for-1, but Ty Jerome does have like a James Harden quality to him in the sense that he really thrives in his own pace. And I think the postseason really throws a wrench in it because teams force you to play outside your comfort zone. And a lot of what Ty does is on his own schedule and kind of operating within his comfort zone. So when the Pacers kind of force him to play fast, it kind of removes a lot of, and physical, it removes a lot of that like quick twitch, slow mo, Euro type moves that are normally at his disposal.
Yeah, the Pacers have really sped him up. And I think that some of the separation that he was able to create throughout the regular season of like his body, like he uses his body really well is one thing that has always surprised me. But Nembhard and Nesmith are not easy guys to move. And Ty Jerome hasn't been able to get that separation on them. Miles Turner's done a really good job covering him in the pick and roll too. Like Ty Jerome just has not been able to get the looks that he got in the regular season, which is funny because he was attempting a lot of very contested shots in the regular season, but those have become like
glaring.
Yeah, he can't even get the shot off at times, right? But he's still trying to. Like that's the thing is like, sure they were contested, but they were also like you said, on his own accord, like at his own pace. getting the looks that he wanted. Right now, I don't feel like he's getting any of the looks that he wants.
No, and that's where I mostly mean he's reminds me of James Harden because I
Yeah.
think the thing with James Harden in the postseason, A, that he usually sucks in the postseason, but B, I think it's really truly because he isn't able to kind of play the James Harden style ball that he gets to in the regular season when teams aren't going as intense. Then when a body gets thrown on him, it's like, whoa, what's happening here? Why can't I just do all the normal stuff that I normally do?
Yeah. I want to highlight that play right there because earlier when I was talking about last game, I said there was a play where Mobley caught the ball, had Toppin on him, and settled for a three. Right there, that's the exact opposite. He caught the ball, easily could have taken a three-pointer, but decided to attack the mismatch, gets himself to the free throw line. That's just good stuff from Evan Mobley and a deliberate decision to attack a mismatch right there. It's what we want to see. And I agree with Tino. What's up, Tino? Moondog for life. We do got to, no disrespect to Sir CC. I don't know if we would retire him, but the Cavs clearly have, the primary mascot is Moondog. Let's just say that. There's a backup. Sir CC is certainly the backup. We know who the MVP is.
When is the Moondog pod dropping?
Oh, man.
We were only able to get Sir CC. Sorry, guys.
I saw the Frog and Unk were outside the arena today trying to hype people up.
Damn. How long did it take for the legal team to go over and sweep them out of the way?
They got hit with a cease and desist outside of Rocket Arena.
A CC. Sir cease and desist.
Yeah, they had Sir CC deliver the news. There's a three from Halliburton. This is what we're worried about, right? There's going to be a barrage of threes at some point from Indiana.
Come on. There we go.
Nice.
A team of lawyers approached the wife and removed him from the premises. No.
Step back three. At least they made him work for that, right? Like, it wasn't an open look.
Halliburton still, like, his jumper is perplexing to me.
Yeah, it's such an unorthodox looking jumper.
All right, Isaac. I take everything back that I was about to say. Nice.
Nice, yeah. Good recovery. Look at DeAndre Hunter moving his feet.
He moved them
missed it, though.
right in for help
them
defense
too far.
that he would have fouled if he contested it.
Cavs ball. Let's go, Okoro. Listen, Okoro hasn't been good, but that was good hustle. Good hustle.
Demo out here with his stand-up routine. Love it. Croaks for help. Unk was too busy singing it, drowned it out the croaks.
Yeah, that's what's crazy is like the Cavs are actually, they're building this lead with Okoro on the floor, but like individually he's made some bad reads. Garland is like nonstop running in circles.
I feel like it's like when he stands still, it's gonna just get cold, I guess.
I guess so, yeah.
Stiffen
I
up.
don't want to talk to Tony tonight if Okoro keeps playing like this. So Jackson thinks Okoro's playing good. Wow.
I mean, he is contributing.
He is, but he isn't at the same time.
It's like in isolation, but as a team play. All right. Well, this is the 3-point question that we were talking about. So now that Indiana's actually allowing the ball to go through the net here, how are the Cavs going to react?
Quick timeout
that being said,
Penny,
though,
I like it.
both teams are shooting 16% still. Nope, now 23.
Oh. Well, I like that Kenny took the timeout right away. What's a 13-point game? Like I said, look, they're going to throw a punch. The Cavs are going to have to come out of this timeout and try and, respond with a little bit of like a 4-0 run themselves. It's not a run, but you know what I mean? Like, right? Like Pacers score a couple points in a row, uncontested. Cavs have to respond. Yeah, just keep the lead above 10. It's going to be back and forth. You got to weather every single run that they throw at you.
Why does it always feel like they come on the back end of like Naismith or Nembhard?
Yeah, no, it's like those guys are the ones that have been killing us. I cannot believe how well they shoot in the playoffs. Naismith and Nembhard, it's like 2 years in a row now. Mm-hmm. They're flamethrowers. They're literally looking like Kyle Korver out here. It's crazy. I don't understand. And that's not even like I'm not even saying that like, I'm not trying to frame it as like it's fluke and I'm taking it away from them. It's just like it's genuinely impressive to me how they just turn into these on like they just cannot miss in the postseason 2 years in a row. It's inexplicable.
Almost as inexplicable as all the Cavs being unable to shoot threes in the
Yeah.
postseason.
Statistics would call it flukish. Yeah. I mean, it's unexplainable, right? Like I'm not saying that to discredit them, but like it's such an anomaly. It's so far above their average. It's wild, and they've done it 2 years in a row.
Is it Naismith or Nemhard that was shooting above 50% in the
Nemhard, I
postseason?
think. Yeah, the highest in playoff history.
51% or something at one
Yeah.
point? That was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
With the free t-shirts that they got, why would you want to wear the white ones?
Right. DG struggling hard. Yeah. He doesn't look like himself whatsoever.
The jogging
have to
before
grind this out.
the in-ball didn't ease your worries?
No, Corey, he looks 90%, remember?
That's true. Yeah.
Like
A lot of
90%
players
himself.
are trying to exert energy on dead balls. I get it.
He's over here just randomly spinning around like a Roomba, and we're acting like he looks like himself.
Spinning like a Roomba. That was his player comp when he was coming out for the draft. A Roomba.
Yeah, man, it's tough. It's tough to see Darius like that.
It's just, I get why he's out there. The team does need him out there. You can't just point fingers though if the Cavs lose this game and say that Darius Garland playing was going to be a reason why they lost. Seeing as you're seeing the coaching staff prefer to have Darius Garland out there, banged up Darius Garland, 90% though, over Ty Jerome, who's 100%.
Shows how bad it's gotten. Yeah. No, like, and that's the thing, like, Darius still, even in the state that he's in, has elevated the offense, I think. But it's just like, it's so tough to not have him playing the way that he normally does.
Oh my God.
I mean,
more
you got to rly on Okoro to bring the ball up the floor. And he's gotten it up the floor. Like, that's the only thing they're asking him to do. He's succeeded at that, which is nice. But that, again, just shows where we are. And Mitchell hits the deck again.
Okoro, you know how we ran really limited sets with you on ball in the regular season? How would you like to do it with them meeting you 70 at like basically 3/4 court?
CPJ wouldn't necessarily make me mad. It wouldn't make me mad either, but it's very risky. Like, I think CPJ at his best breaks even. And at his worst, you're looking at like a -10 in 2 minutes. Best case, it's like he's like a +2 in 8 minutes. So that's where like I'm not signing up for it. Again, I think I would rather just play their guys heavier minutes. Obviously, you can't play Darius too much. Honestly, I'd rather give Jerome another chance than turn to Craig, honestly. Yeah. No offense to Craig. I love him, but I just don't think he's ready for it. Again, remember, this is an undrafted guy who's in his second season. I'd rather give Jerome another chance than turn to Craig.
This is such spicy takes from Tony over here. If you told Tony 2 months ago that he would choose Ty Jerome over Craig Porter Jr., where would we be?
Another three. So this is 3 threes in like 3 minutes. Like I said, here it comes.
They're still even in the second quarter though. 15-15.
Which is good. Yeah. Here we go. Come on. Get him back.
God forbid.
Nice. Nice. Dean Wade. Did Dean Wade score last game? I forgot to check.
I don't think so. I think he was 0 for 1 on attempts.
He's only scored in 2 games so far, and I think he's played 8 playoff games so far. So
hey, he knows his spots.
Yeah.
He had 3 points last game.
Oh. Here we go. They are cooking.
I can't wait for a championship team to be built around Naismith and Nemhard.
Honestly, like these dudes are insane.
Would the Celtics have been able to go back to back if they kept Naismith? Comment below.
Right. Oh, I forgot they had him.
Mm-hmm. They let him go for like free.
Yeah, I completely forgot he was there. Yeah, that was a bad turnover.
mean, he
That's
could
kind of a
wait a
soft
while.
call. The thing is, like, Ty Jerome looks like he's expecting to play. He looks like he's expecting to play. And maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like this is the thing where they would have had a conversation with him. Like, yeah, we might not play you tonight if that was the plan. So
He
that's
doesn't
why I'm
have
like
the
wondering,
jumper.
is he going to get a chance? I mean, yeah, they all expect to play, but like, I feel like if they were going to completely sit him all night, that Kenny or somebody would have spoken to him and told him. Like, he looks shocked that he's not out there.
I mean, he would be wearing the full on jumpsuit. I feel like if he
Yeah.
knew he wasn't playing.
Like, he's been hunched over, ready to get up at any second. So I expect him to play at some point, but maybe not. I mean, we're already down to 5 minutes left in the second quarter.
Full fourth quarter. Is that what we're saving him up for?
Right.
Full JJ Redick. Play your best players all 24 minutes in the second half.
Offensive foul on Wade. It's a 10-point game now. Cavs. The momentum is shifting here. I mean, yeah, he's moving a little bit. Yeah.
Dean, you know you can like not set the pick if you think you're not going to be able to stand still.
All right.
Dude, Darius is
gotta
getting
get a
so
stop
many
here.
minutes right now.
He's been out there for a while. All
I
right,
think
there we
he's
go.
like,
Cavs ball.
I feel like he's been out there more than Mitchell has. No, okay, he's like 2 minutes less, but still.
Yeah, it feels like he's been out there for a good chunk of time. The Jarrett setting the screen.
Oh, Darius, please. Oh no,
Tough
I don't
shot.
love that at all.
Cavs have had so many possessions in this series where there's either one pass in a shot or 0 passes, and that's just not the type of offense they ran all regular season.
That was good defense.
Yeah, that was good stuff. Got to get something on offense here, man. Right back.
It's just there's no flow to this offense.
Yeah.
It's just a very much your turn, my turn, except it's with everybody. It's not just between the guards.
Yeah, exactly. And like, that's going to happen to an extent in the playoffs. You're not going to move the ball around. The ball isn't going to move around as much, but it's been horrible for the Cavs. And this is officially a Pacers run.
Yep.
Little miscommunication there. Give Halliburton too much space there, even though he was deep. Yeah, this is what we're talking about, though. We knew the run was coming, so the Cavs, they're gonna have to respond. Look, Ty Jerome's doing like little jumping jacks. He's staying warm.
He's trying to do it near Kenny.
Yeah, make sure that Kenny knows that he's ready to go at any point.
They picked probably the most unique 2 people for this possible.
This is fascinating pull from the Cavs cameraman.
They got the guy from Good Mythical Morning on the left.
Has nobody blinked yet? My God. Oh my God, there's 2 of them now.
They found his twin. Wow, so we just don't even know what happens. All right.
Yeah, this is unbelievable, Cavs.
With all the sick graphics the Cavs PR team has put out, it'd be really cool if we were like actually on a tear and they're not just going to use these for possibly only another half of basketball.
Cavs have hit 4 of their, Pacers have hit 4 of their last 7 threes. Cavs have still not been able to get their offense going from downtown. It's a 7-point game now. Gonna have to close the last 4 minutes strong here. Are you gonna close the half up by 10, or are you gonna close it potentially without the lead?
Oh,
Darius does not look good, man. He can barely get open. He almost fell down just trying to break to the ball there. Look at this. There's
Dean.
Wade. Good stuff. There was 10 seconds on the shot clock.
I don't know where this urgency is coming from.
Yeah.
Like Garland's acting like he brought the ball up and there was 5 seconds left.
At least Dean Wade showed up here.
Cavs win game 4, 5 because of Dean Wade. Where were you?
That was a good contest from Allen. Just a buried that shot.
Oh my God, dude.
6-point game.
I have a feeling this half is going to end tied.
That's going to be the key here, right? How do they close these last 3 minutes? I like Darius Garland managing to somehow work himself into the lane there and hit a floater, but the Cavs got to get some stops. Right now, it's raining threes.
You won't beat a team when you can't knock down threes, but can only make twos.
Yeah. At some point, the trade-off, Mitchell right there just dies on the screen. They're not communicating whether Allen should have switched out there or not, and it's another wide open. That was a wide open three for Halliburton. At least the other one was contested, but that's a wide open three off of Mitchell not being able to fight over the screen. Like right here, that's a contest. Halliburton can hit that shot. Hopefully they show this other one. You can't see. Mitchell got stuck on the screen, and I don't know if they were supposed to switch, if they communicated what happened, but no one got out there to him. Yeah, 5-point game just like that, man. I told you. I mean, me and Corey both said the Pacers are going to make a run.
I feel like Sam Merrill's referring to James Johnson when he says that brace.
Need it, Donnie.
I don't need those shots, honestly.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I agree with you. I don't love step back three early in the shot clock. Needed it to go in though.
I would love to know what Kenny's saying in these huddles, like for offense, because it just feels like he went into the huddle and said, "All right, what if we ISO every possession?"
They're getting sped up. They're attempting shots too early. Not really looking for the bigs.
They're not giving them any time. If they run a pick, they pull up like 2 seconds after.
Right. Again, this was
come on, man.
Well, I guess there was a pass made, but like that was Garland holding the ball for 10 seconds and then passing it, throwing a grenade to Allen. No way Allen was going to catch that. All right, Wade's got to hold his own here. Oh, they're going for the mismatch. Yep. They keep on pressing, keep on chipping away. Cavs have not been able to get a stop or score right now.
Oh no. Well, it's very flattering that they threw two at Dean Wade.
Right. All right, Mitchell's got a mismatch. So does Allen. They foul him.
Oh, uncomfortable? They look pretty uncomfortable already.
All right, this might be crazy of me. This might be a crazy take, but with how bad the offense is right now, I kind of think you might need to give Ty Jerome a chance. Listen, you won 64 games because Ty Jerome was in the running for sixth man of the year, and if he absolutely sucks and he stinks it up out there, I'm not saying you play him 20 minutes if he's being horrible, but like I kind of think if you're going down, you got to go down as the team that you were. I don't want to go down with Dean Wade and Okoro playing all these minutes and the offense absolutely struggling. You gotta give Ty Jerome a chance, I think. Maybe I'm crazy, but I kind of think you have to give him a chance with how bad the offense looks.
Have him take off the t-shirt.
Another open three. Thank God they miss. Cavs can't get the rebound. They missed two. All right, there's a lucky break.
I feel like I'd honestly argue too when the Pacers were missing their threes, it wasn't because of the perimeter defense. They were still pretty good looks.
Yeah. They just missed.
Oh, great. I really want more DG ISO ball.
Ball's not moving, man. I think Donovan Mitchell slowed down quite a bit too in the second quarter here. Indiana's been in full control since like the 8-minute mark of the second quarter. That's a logo three. It's on fire. Absolutely on fire now.
All right. Well,
17 for Halliburton now. I think he's hit all 5 of these threes in this quarter.
Oh, Okoro. All right. Good stream, guys.
Hey, now, wait a second.
That's all I need.
Hold on now. Don't give up just yet, Cavs.
Where
we
were
might have
you
just found something. We might have just discovered something here.
Crack open the playbook for Okoro.
Man.
So we talked to Bruce Pearl at the half for Isaac Okoro's best plays from college. We decided to unlock the playbook. Oh,
Nice. Get some free throws. Yeah, I mean that's just Tyrese Halliburton just on fire now. I mean, like, you're giving him too much space to let him rise into the shot. That's the issue there. But at the same time, it's just an amazing shot from Hallie.
his rainbow shots are crazy. This is also arguably like the best bench game they've gotten from the Cavs have played thus far, and they're still it's not enough.
Mm.
Dean has 4, Hunter has 7, Okoro's out there. I'm not gonna say his point total. Tony's crafting the Ty Jerome prayer tweet.
I am. I'm tweeting my Ty Jerome thoughts. Basically what I just said, but I'm just putting into a tweet. Let me watch this first. I just feel like if your season's on the line, you're gonna go down. I kind of want them to go down with the team and the rotation that won him 64 games. I don't want to pivot from that and overthink it. I know he's been bad.
Oh, please.
Good stuff.
Ice.
Good stuff.
Let's go, baby.
Okoro's been helpful, though. I do want to be clear. Okoro's actually been helpful. This isn't like anti-Okoro stuff. I just think when the offense is in the gutter like that, you might want to give him a burst.
I don't know. Did that Isaac Okoro drive to the rim not get you going a little?
It did actually.
We saw Isaac really thrive at tipping the ball up to no one. So let's see if he can replicate that magic.
Yeah, but say maybe they can get back to that somehow. How do we get the Cavs to a position where they're playing volleyball?
How do we get Isaac a tryout for the Summer Olympic team? Some of his other Cavs teammates are there for basketball. Okoro's setting with the best of them. Who's the other?
Yeah.
Chase Budinger, that NBA player.
Oh,
that
dude, that's a crazy pull. I forgot about him. All right, no magnet ball here. Let's go. Oh my God, come on. All right, they're playing through it.
Oh no.
Please. Just go in. Just please go in.
I would love the 3.
They lose that quarter by 8. All things considered, that it could have been a lot worse. At least you managed to hold on to the lead. But, I mean, they took a hell of a punch there in the second quarter.
Yeah. Going into the half, shooting 9% from 3. Don't love that a lot.
Yep.
If I may speak my truth.
At some point, you're either going to make threes or your season's going to end. And that's what we've been saying since game 1. If they don't start hitting threes, your season's going to end. And so, yeah, man, I want to see Ty Jerome play in the second half. I'm going to be completely real with you. I think he needs to be out there. Garland's 2 of 10. Mitchell's 3 of 11. He's been the guy you've relied on to step up in these moments. And I know he's been horrible all series. But if you're going to lose, I want to lose playing the way that we've played all year long. I don't want to lose trying to overthink it.
How many assists do you think the Cavs have at the half?
Jesus, I don't even want to. I'm going to say 5.
Yep.
Oh, really? Hell yeah. That's not good. I mean, that's not a hell yeah. That's an abysmal number.
A 5 to 7 assist to turnover ratio. That's crisp.
The rebounding battle is even. The turnovers, they're winning the turnover battle, but they're shooting 1 of 11 from deep. And Indiana
spin zone
just hit a ton.
If the Cavs are up 4 while shooting 1 for 11 from 3, imagine how much they could be up if they were actually shooting 30%.
The problem is we've said that every game of the series.
That's one of the times it has to be right.
One of the times it has to happen, right? Like, how many times can they keep shooting this poorly? Yeah, Indiana jumped to 40% after that quarter.
Our best offense was DeAndre Hunter calling his own number against Matherin.
Yeah, give DeAndre the ball.
It could be worse. Let's strive for double digits from three, guys. Double digit percentages. Let's get after it.
I think adjustments for the second half. They got to get back to giving Mobley the ball. They were really generating good offense every time he touched the ball. That entire run that Indiana went on, aside from their shot making, every play for the Cavs felt like the guards dribbling a ton. It felt like JB ball. No one was passing. They were only running one action. It's a pick and roll, and a shot goes up. They got to get back to moving the ball around. Max Strus, how many minutes did he even play? He got into foul trouble, and I feel like he did not
7.
play much. Only 7 minutes for Max Strus.
The minute he got 3 fouls, he was out.
Yeah, I think if he's able to stay on the floor, I'll be keeping an eye on him to see if he can help bring an impact here. If he can deliver a couple threes, like if he can have one of those moments where he hits like 3 threes in a quarter, or handle the ball a little bit, run a pick and roll, that would open up so many things for this team right now. Because aside from Garland and Mitchell, Max Strus is the guy who gets the bigs going the most.
Yeah, anything that can get the ball bouncing around would be ideal. I don't love that Darius and Donovan are shooting a combined 5 for 21 from the field. And
Yep.
I know Mitchell has 16 points. They're all
Mhm.
from the free throw line.
Yeah. Yeah, he did a great job working his way to the free throw line first quarter. Started to slow down too much in the second.
I wonder if he's like feeling that ankle injury as the game's
That's what I'm
going
worried
along.
about. Mm.
That's like the big view here. Like, let's say hypothetically the Cavs miraculously win this series. I have zero faith that they would win the following rounds based on where this team is health wise.
Yeah, that's the main thing for me. It's like they're not healthy. They're nowhere near healthy. And
A
so
lot of
that's
the
my biggest
playoff
concern.
is dictated by that. I mean, think about
Yeah,
that Celtics team last year. How healthy were they?
right.
The Pacers made their run in the Eastern Conference Finals last year off of beating injured teams, not using it as a detriment to them, but like
Mm.
the healthiest teams are usually the teams that make it to the finals.
Availability is the best ability, right? Like I'll use 2016 as an example just to show that I'm not being biased. The Cavs absolutely benefited from Bogut getting hurt, from Draymond being suspended, and Curry being hobbled for some of that series. That doesn't mean that I'm not taking a single thing away from the Cavs. They still won that championship, and I'm celebrating it like I would any other, right? But that's just life in the NBA, right? Like it's just we're literally just calling it like it is. I mean, you got to be available in order to make a deep run, and the Cavs, unfortunately, have been really, really knocked down by the injuries here.
This is going to sound like the most pessimistic thing of all time, but I truly think the Cavs' chances are over regardless of like how this how this series goes. I just don't see a roadmap, especially with the health of the Knicks. The Celtics now are dead in the water too, so it doesn't really
Mm.
matter. But like the Knicks, any team in the West, they're all the teams left pretty much outside of the Celtics are at full strength. And the Cavs are going
Mm.
to go in with Garland not recovering from a toe injury. Now Mitchell has the ankle, who already had the calf. Mobley had a leg injury that's going to last the entire length of the playoffs.
Yeah.
So what are we gonna? What damage could we really do here?
It's so like honestly, it's such an uphill battle to even imagine that we get that far that I'm not gonna even consider it right now. They got to find a way to survive this game. I guess outside of that, I can't give you any predictions. They got to find a way to survive. Jack says, Tony, could you make an open three if you were given the chance to do so? I'm pretty sure. Yeah, put me in there. Put me in there, coach. All right, I'm gonna take a quick break before they come back.
All right. Guards W. Hell yeah. The wall. This could be the last time, guys. Soak that wall in. You never know. Sad wall. It's yeah, I was gonna say it's not Dan's wall, but I'll be interested to see what. Oh, that is not ideal. I feel like if I'm Ty Jerome, I can't be confused as to why I'm not playing. Maybe it's maybe the ideology behind it is that they want to give them a mental reset between games 5 and 6, and if they win, they'll throw them back in for game 6. That's what I'm thinking. Jackson said that he thinks it's a 0% chance that Ty Jerome plays in the second half.
Yeah. I mean, if he isn't like the first person off the bench in the third quarter, then I wouldn't expect him to get in. Um, I think he should play though. That's my stated opinion. As someone who's been very, very tough on Jerome this entire series, I think he's been absolutely garbage. I I think he should play.
I I feel like the only logic I could see as to why they're not going to play him is that if they think that they would win game 5, let Ty get that mental reset
Mm.
between games and then play him in game 6 thinking that maybe he like kind of reset. That's the only like thing I could really see.
Yeah, yeah. I see. The thing is though, like I'd be more willing to do something like that in like game 3 or game 2 of a series. In an elimination game,
No,
yeah, I
I
hear what you're
agree.
saying. Yeah, yeah, like I get you're just like explaining like the case for it, and I definitely get that. But the reason, like, I think we both agree, like, yeah, like I just as much as he's struggled, man, I don't want to go down with the your 6 man of the year candidate not even seeing the floor, and he's like, especially with Darius Garland being as injured as he is and playing as poorly as he is, with Donovan being injured, with no one else being able to dribble the ball. It's like you have this guy who's been a nuclear weapon off the bench all year. I know he's had 4 bad games, but can you like I don't know, man. I think Kenny's done a great job, and I think a lot of Cavs Twitter has been a little too harsh on him for what's happened in this series. I do think not playing Ty Jerome would be a bit of a mistake in this final game.
I think it also is obviously a weird wrinkle heading into a potential off season where you're trying to entice him to come back.
Yeah.
Like you're kind
All
of
right.
like
Yeah.
having his last taste in his mouth being that you didn't play me in a game that was pivotal when I helped you get to this point. Like I
Mhm.
don't think it's gonna be like that dramatic. Feeling like reading what I've read about Jerome and how he feels about the city of Cleveland, but you never know. I mean, there's such a
Yeah.
human element to those types of decisions. If a player feels dismissed or discredited by the staff, like
Yeah.
he's gonna carry that in. I'm also gonna take a quick break.
Sounds good. Chat, how we feeling? How we feeling? Look, that second quarter was awful. They're still up by 4. Still think they could pull this off, but they're gonna have to find a way to get the like The defense, it is what it is. There's things they can clean up. We're going to say it we said it throughout the entire series. The Pacers shooting the ball well, but there's also been miscommunications that have given them open looks. The offense right now to me is the bigger concern. No one's moving the ball around. They have two guys who can dribble. Really, Darius Garland doesn't even count at this point. He's so visibly limited. Donovan Mitchell's like the only person who can actually create a shot for himself. I think having Max Strus in the second half a little bit more is going to help. Honestly, dude, if Darius Garland looks as hurt as he is throughout the entire second half, which I have no reason to believe he's going to magically look better, you might have to run Mitchell, Strus, Hunter, Mobley, Allen, like heavy minutes in the second half. I think you need to play a lot of DeAndre Hunter and a lot of Max Strus in the second half. Cut some of these Wade minutes, cut some of these Okoro minutes. You might just have to run heavily with them because Hunter's actually looked good offensively, and I think Strus can help you. Okoro needs to stay on Halliburton. Yeah, he's still your best option there, but Halliburton was on fire anyways. Paolo just let out a huge groan. He's tired of the Cavs right now. Oh, man. Jim on YouTube says, not feeling too good, man. Yeah, that second half was brutal. Second quarter was brutal. We'll see if they can adjust. I do think Max Strus only playing 7 minutes is part of that. Can't blame Ty this time. Yeah, no. Mitchell should not. Yeah, don't let Mitchell shoot around for the half, please. I'm just kidding. They got to get the ball into Mobley's hands. They got to let Mobley touch the ball a bunch in the second half.
If they're letting Okoro bring the ball up, why are we not letting Mobley bring the ball up?
It's like, one way or the other, you got to let him catch the ball and do things a little bit more, because I don't want to see these possessions where Mitchell and Garland are taking 10 seconds off the shot clock and then pulling up for a mid-range jumper. If they're getting to the rim, sure, Mitchell and Garland go ahead. But if you're taking mid-range jumpers after dribbling the air out the ball and not passing, it's not good offense. It's just not good. And especially when the Pacers are literally at any given moment going to bury a couple threes in a row, you can't trade tough twos for threes. You just can't. And even if the Cavs were shooting well, you can't do it. And they're not shooting well, so you definitely can't do it. By the way, can we get Apollo cam? He's under the desk right now. It might be hard. You'll get the Apollo cam victory cam. All right, they're gonna find a way to extend this series. They're doing it.
Wow. I would be interested to see like a Mobley, Okoro inverse pick and roll, honestly.
That's the stage of the season we've gotten to.
If you're really
the Mobley Okoro pick and roll save us, but no, I hear you. Yeah, it's like he's the best screener. They're going to be hiding their worst defender on Okoro, so like you got to get creative here, man. The offense has been in the gutter. You got to find something that can get you good looks.
The fact that I'm just trying to think of ways to be like, now how do I not have the ball in Mitchell or Garland's hands? Like, obviously, Strus should get, like you've mentioned it before, Strus should definitely be a little more involved on ball, especially if the goal should be to try to get Mobley and Allen more involved. Even though when you look at the box score, you're like, 14 for Mobley, 9 for Allen. Like, they must be.
They had those.
But those just felt like they were so early.
Yeah. They had those in like the first 12, 14 minutes of the game.
It felt like they were done in the scripted possessions, and then once the script was done, it was when it became more free flow, they just became isolated.
Freelance offense has been bad. Yeah. When I hadn't felt shame wearing my DG jersey. I hate it here. Dude, it sucks. I think I'm still holding out faith they're going to extend this series, but like it just sucks that we're going to get another year where it's like Darius Garland really underperformed playing through an injury. And there's like nothing, like even as someone who like I want to defend Darius Garland, like there's nothing that I can point to defend him. Like he stunk. Sure, he was good games 1 and 2 against Miami, but like it's just going to be a frustrating summer of like, yeah, I mean, I think he was injured, and that's why. But like, there's nothing I can do to dispel it. So hopefully they bounce back here in the second half. I mean, they still have the lead, but hopefully they come out, take care of business here, and extend the series to 6 because I'm not ready for the offseason discussions yet.
Yeah, can't say I'm thrilled. I don't think it's going
They
to
ended
be
that second quarter
that
very poorly.
level-headed.
Yeah, the summer's going to be a nightmare currently. Hopefully they can, prove some things, dispel some things before we get there.
2-second answer, not looking for a deep analysis. Are you one of the people who thinks that the core four should stick together? Because I'm in that camp, honestly.
Yeah. I'll say this just to be transparent, and we'll go more in depth in this whenever the season ends. But like I think it would be a mistake to blow up the core. I just don't think. Ooh, nice stuff, Evan Mobley. To answer very quickly, like I don't think it gets much. I don't think you raise the ceiling much more with any moves. And I think at the end of the day, being a 50 to 60 win team every year and feeling like you have a chance if everything goes right, if everything breaks right, it's not a bad life to live as a fan. I think the continuity and stability of just being a very good team every year is preferable to, you make the wrong trade and this thing gets blown up. Oh, let's go. Good start. Very good first minute here. Come right out, throw a little bit of a punch, right? I told you I wanted to see that 4-0 run. There it is.
That was very oddly reminiscent of that in I think it was game 1 or game 2 for the Celtics-Knicks where Tatum just took the ball off the inbound and just eased his way to the rim.
Yeah.
In like the crucial moments. I forget what that was.
Elite burst from DG got up to 9 miles per hour.
I know. I've never seen someone limp. It was like the Greg Jennings vine that were in Madden where he just limps his way to the touchdown.
Put the team on my back.
Back though. Greg Jennings.
God, that video is absolutely classic.
I want that recreated by someone who had.
I gotta plug in my computer real quick.
Yeah, to go back to the core four thing real quick though, I feel like all we ever hear in the off season is like you need teams that have been through it together. They learn lessons each season, and then it's like, oh, but yeah, this core, it's been basically in 2 postseasons. Let's just break it up because it will obviously be better with a brand new group that we're just going to hit the restart button on. That makes a ton of sense, and especially with the way that the cap is so strict right now with all the apron stuff, like the move is going to be a parallel move if at best.
Yeah, options are limited. I really like, I gotta be honest with you, and again, I don't want to go too in depth on it because I want to get all my thoughts in order first. I haven't let myself go too deep into this, but like I really do believe I just don't see how do you get a core 4 or even a big 3 on this team that maximizes the roster more than what we already have. Like I think Darius, like when everyone's at their peak, Darius Garland fills in for a lot of Mitchell's gaps, vice versa. I think the existence of Jarrett Allen and Evan Mobley is almost necessary if you have the 2 guards on defense. You need both of them. And I think Mobley improving as a 3-point shooter and being a more of an offensive threat has made the 2 big lineup more viable. And so I just don't know who you move that's an upgrade. Like, who do you switch Jarrett Allen out for that actually makes this team make more sense? I don't know. Listen, if the option's out there and I see it, then we can talk about it there. Like, but you're so limited financially anyways. It's like, it's really tough to raise this team's ceiling in a meaningful way. And again, like, I just think if you go the next, let's say 5 years and you're consistently a top 3 seed, and you consistently every single postseason feel like if you just get everything breaks right, you can make a run at the finals. There's much worse ways to be a sport. There's much worse situations a team could be in. Not many players pound for pound better contract wise. Yeah, this is crazy. What's going on here?
That has to be a plant.
I was about to say, why did he show up to the game like that? What's the context here?
Are they just shipping in Amish people off the road?
Yeah, like why did he pull up to the game like that?
Will the diff get bigger?
I
don't know. There's gonna have to be some magic pills. Is this game brought to you by Hims?
I hear Kenny Atkinson is doing everything he can to make the diff bigger right now. He's talking to his experts, to the people around him. What do we have to do to grow the diff? Yeah, I like the super slow-mo replay of Darius Garland moving in slow-mo.
It really just emphasizes the grimace on his face as he like drags his body to the basket.
Diff enhancement pill.
Your diff will look better, I guarantee it.
Yeah, the Titanic's been 84 years. Oh my goodness, man. All right, well they're up 8 right now. Let's see if they can get that diff to double digits.
I can only dream.
Good defense from Mobley.
Oh.
Mitchell, perfect read.
All right, let's just not do anything crazy. Thank you. Oh.
Dude, that was way too lackadaisical. Like, I get going up for the layup instead of the dunk because of the injury, but he slowed down way too much. Slowed down way too much. That was a goaltend, by the way. Was that not a goaltend? Oh, maybe got it. Very close. Either way, it's on Mitchell. Just to be clear, I'm not blaming the refs for that. Mitchell needed to speed up just 2% faster. I mean, that's just... Yeah, way too much DX. I think he thought Turner was just going to let him go, and that's bad. Bad stuff from Mitchell. And
that's regular season mindset.
Yeah.
Can't wait for this possession to now go so well. Oh my God, dude.
Yeah. That really hurts, coming up with 0 points after a completely uncontested breakaway. Nice job from Allen taking that hit. Yeah.
Yep.
Good stuff from Allen right there. That was like a full-on charge from Turner, and Allen just completely absorbed it.
I agree with old kid. Respect to the Cavs for not wanting any gimmies. They want to earn that stuff. A team of honor. Oh, please, Max.
Oh, my God. Good attack from Mitchell, but just another look at the rim right there that doesn't go in.
That was good offense processing, though.
Yeah.
Oh, Max. Wow. Yeah. Killer.
That's where it hurts. Like, the Cavs have really struggled to get good offense for a lot of this game, and now they've had basically 3 looks right there that just didn't drop. There's one that goes in, though. Thank you. Thank you, Evan Mobley. 9-point lead. So the diff is still getting bigger despite all circumstances pointing towards it should be getting smaller. I don't know what the analogy is there, but all right. Cavs forcing them pretty far out here. It's good defense so far. Max Strus, Halliburton, he's been on fire.
Nope.
Missed it. Good box out from Mobley. Allen, good box out too. He had Siakam all the way out of bounds. Both bigs boxing out right there. All right, Mobley, go to work.
I was like, wait, hold up. Oh, please, Jarrett.
There's 2 plays right there where the Cavs like almost just think that Turner's going to let them shoot. Like that missed shot or the block on Mitchell, and then that play right there. It's like, I don't know why you think Miles Turner's just going to allow you to shoot that over you.
Oh my God, dude. You know, I don't mind that Mitchell shot when he's like 4 for 5, but when you're pans to score sheet 0 for 6. Yeah. What?
I couldn't even see what happened there. Man, they got it. If 3-point shots don't start dropping, they're not going to sustain. They're not going to hold on to this lead. There's no chance. Some threes have to start going. Looked like a weird play there.
You don't think 2 for 14 is going to work out?
It's probably not, no. Much as I'd like to say yes.
What if we take really contested 2s and just hope to get bailed out by fouling?
Yeah, it could work. Maybe.
Oh, no.
Maybe they'll shock the world, but yeah, I mean, Indiana's too good offensively for the Cavs to be this deep into the gutter. it's a miracle they've held on to the lead so far. Good stuff from Garland. I mean, just willing his way to the basket there.
This series is just so oddly reminiscent to me of the Celtics series last year with Garland, where
Mm.
it's like you really just feel like his game hinges on the fact that he has to knock down perimeter shots because him at the rim right now is just really rough.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like he just like when he tries to kick it to the bigs as soon as he cuts to the basket, he doesn't have enough bounce with that foot injury that his passes are just so awry.
Yeah.
Almost like he can't get to the proper elevation, honestly.
It's like he can't force the defense to truly rotate or like help. Like he can't draw in a help defender because he's not even getting the separation off his first man
The
going
guy is
downhill.
on his hip the whole
Yeah.
time.
They're in zone. Step back three.
Oh, good. The Pacers have given us no indication they figured out zone.
Right. Yeah, Halliburton's on fire,
Oh,
man.
good screen.
Now he is torching us. Need it,
Max.
Max. Need
Damn
a
it.
three from Max.
Crowd is booing.
It's always good luck. Thank God.
If that three went in, it was going to erupt.
Looks like Dean Wade's set to come in. So yeah, no Ty Jerome at this point. I'm thinking it's not going to happen. If he was going to come in, I would have expected it.
What
The
are
first
these
shift here.
shots?
Yeah, it's not good offense, man.
It's honestly, I feel like at this point, it's the guards that are killing us.
Yeah, they completely abandoned the offense that they've played all season right now. Pacers back in front now. Yeah, man, it's the offensive process is not there right now.
Ahmad, save us. The players who make the half court shot will be on the court for the rest of the game because they clearly can make more threes than the rest of this roster. Bunch of random dudes are about to send us to Cancun. All right, here we go. This is what it's all about.
This is what it's all about.
This is why I did playback today.
See $10,000 go to one of these fans. Ooh.
Wow. Ahmad did not have to say it like that. Oh my. Okay. Yeah, what happened to our ball movement? There is no ball movement.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the guards got to get off the ball, man. They got to get off the ball. It's not working right now. They're forcing everything, taking these tough jumpers early in the shot clock. Evan Mobley's been so good in this game. You got to run some stuff through him. And I think you need to get DeAndre Hunter on the floor. He's been like the only other guy who's been good on offense, and I feel like we haven't seen enough of him.
I would probably run out of the timeout like a Mitchell, Strus, Hunter, Mobley, Allen lineup.
Yeah. But run Mitchell, Hunter, Mobley, Allen, and Strus. I don't think Garland has it. Mitchell hasn't been good either, but
I
like
don't think he has either. Yeah,
you got to go down swinging with at least Mitchell out there. Strus hasn't had it either, but at least he's taking good looks. Man, I really not to harp on it too much, but I really think not playing Ty Jerome is a huge mistake right now with how bad the offense looks.
I agree.
It's a big overreaction to not give him any minutes.
He's still staying loose, though.
Yeah, he's praying.
Aren't we all? I think if Ty Jerome really cared about the future of the Cavs, he'd go over to Darius Garland and give him a quick little kick on the toe.
Right.
Kenny, I don't know if you saw, but Darius is wincing in the corner.
Oh man. Here we go. Can they respond here? Hunter's on the floor, Wade and Mobley. So we got the lineup we were asking for, except it's Wade instead of Allen.
Oh, Evan, please. Take us to the promised land. You have Thomas Bryant on you. Oh.
Well, there's a bad shot from Strus.
So whoever slots into the two
club
just takes on the mindset?
Right.
All right, Dean. Okay, Dean.
Yeah. Overzealous right there. Only Mobley and Hunter have made a 3. Good God, man.
Kenny has the look in his eyes of a man who knows his 2 top guards don't want to pass.
This offense is horrendous, man.
I don't even know if this is a Kenny thing, honestly.
I'd have to imagine no, right? Like they haven't played like this all year long. I don't think I know fans get really pissed off, like, why is Kenny telling them to do this? I don't think he's telling them to do this.
I don't know if Kenny's in the huddle.
I don't think Kenny's saying run pull up mid range.
The looks aren't gonna be there. Power through.
All right, man. I just right now, like this is the first time I didn't watch Game 4 live with you guys, so this is the first time for me in the playoffs where I've watched the Cavs just been like their process isn't there. They're going to lose this game unless something drastic changes. The process just is not there right now.
Yeah, this is a defeated look right now. What they're doing. This is just like the in-game equivalent of a team that's looking for answers in real time, but doesn't have a plan as to how they're looking for the answers.
Right. Oh man. Thank God he missed that. I mean, like the Pacers are giving us enough breaks to like it's a 3-point game. So like if the Cavs wake the hell up and start playing, the process is what I'm talking about, right? Like if they continue to miss shots, it is what it is. But they got to start playing like the team that we've been watching all year long, at least from a process standpoint. And Mitchell looks like he maybe re-aggravated the calf, which is, not encouraging considering that it's already looking bad. Max Strus going one-on-one here. Again, like one player touched the ball in that possession. And all regular season, we didn't see the Cavs do stuff like that at all. The ball was moving around. Everyone was touching it. They're running multiple actions. This has been all night long. One guy touching the ball, maybe one pass being made, then a shot going up.
It's like you can understand the frustration from the team of like the 3-point shots that were quality aren't falling, and then it's like, well, I guess we just have to like white knuckle our way through it. But you got to do it with some level of offensive flow. This isn't just going to be whoever touches the ball off the inbound is going to be the one to shoot it.
Mm-hmm. All right, Cavs get the ball back. I mean, the window's still open. I know we're all being very like we're feeling very down right now, but like this game is still winnable right now.
I agree with the old kid. It was like we moved on from last season being like we just need a player X save us mentality to be scrapped from this team, and we didn't really. I mean, the whole discussion around Donovan Mitchell was that his stats were a lot. Seemed less than in prior seasons. And they're like, why hasn't Mitchell stepped up? And now it's because of how many players really took the next step to make you think this team was a lot more complete than last season's. And if you showed us this footage last season, we would have thought it was from the prior season. Like this is just a copy.
This looks like last year's team. Yeah.
Why does it always feel like Okoro has to be involved in these types of ordeals?
The game right now is going to get out of hand quickly if they don't wake up. I mean, 0 points in 5 minutes, or 0 field goals at least. I'm sure they've gotten some free throws, but yeah, Hunter, just bad closeout right there. Good patience from Halliburton. Hunter overcommits on the closeout. The thing is, I don't like. I saw a couple people on Twitter say this. The chat hasn't really. Mitchell's going back, so it's not good. Yeah, that's the worst thing you could see right now.
High time? Nope, he's sitting. All right.
Yeah. Hey, well, shoot. If you don't play Ty Jerome now, it's honestly inexcusable. Like if Donovan Mitchell's not going to play, you have to play Ty Jerome. If you put in Javonte Green or someone else, I'm going to lose my mind.
It's probably Garland coming back in, if I had to guess.
And even that's like he's so clearly limited. It's not even worth it. But I like the chat hasn't said this too much, but I see on Twitter people saying like, I don't think this is even the Cavs just being like, I don't think the Cavs aren't playing hard right now. I think they're playing dumb. I think they're playing stupid. It's not a lack of energy or effort. I think they're playing dumb basketball right now. Offensively. Defensively, they've been good enough to win this game.
There's zero processing in this. It's like the team is so pissed off at their own performance that all they can just see is like tunnel vision to the rim. There's like no awareness of where anyone is. They don't even care.
Yeah, they're not making any passes. The defense has been good enough to win. Like 69 points with about 3 minutes left in the third here. Like 4 minutes left, I mean.
Oh,
Jesus. Yeah.
That was the most ball movement we've had in a hot minute.
Right. And it resulted in a wide open dunk for Bryant. They got to stop the bleeding.
I don't know how TNT always finds the one fan that looks like they put their entire life savings on the game.
Yeah, they do an absolutely great job of finding the most hurt fan in the arena, no matter where they are.
That Celtics fan last year that had like the tattoos on his
head. Yeah.
Never doubt.
All right, come on, man. 0 field goals in 6 minutes, dude. That's half a quarter. Still not looking to give up the ball. There we go. But it's like Okoro's on the floor. It's like he's not. He's just giving the ball right back to you.
Still.
Oh my God, Dean.
You know, if Dean's willingly shooting a shot, it's desperate.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
It's about to get real ugly here.
Is it too dramatic to say that I think this game's over?
If they don't close the last 3 minutes with some life, it's over. They have to stop the bleeding right now.
I have seen nothing through 3 quarters that makes me think that the Cavs have this. Even when they were up 12 at the end of the first, the whole question was like, all right, can like the 3-shot fall here? Because the only reason I felt like they were up 12 was because Indiana was shooting as poorly as we were.
Yeah.
And all it took was for Indiana. I mean, 42% is a pretty staggering number. It's only compounded by the fact that the Cavs are still shooting 10%. But, I mean, it's just not great.
At least I don't have to worry about Tony being annoying about Okoro now. Honestly, I've been saying Okoro hasn't been too good since the start. So I think Jackson was good in that. I mean, he was helpful, but I was saying they needed to get him off the floor from the start.
Ty is in. Let's go.
He's in. Thank you, Lord. Now listen, maybe he's going to be awful. Maybe he's going to look awful, but you got to play the dude. The offense hasn't gotten a bucket in 6.5 minutes, man. You got to try with your 6th man of the year candidate.
I want the typhoon.
Could you imagine a typhoon right now?
Can you imagine if Darius remembered what passing was like?
Yeah, man. Him and Mitchell have really been pressing their own, forcing their own shots here, and it's like I understand why you feel the urgency to get a bucket, but you have to let go of the offense at some point, get others involved. Interesting to see what Ty Jerome can do here. This is the end game now. I mean, I'm not looking at him to play defense, so that is
Yeah, I
what
was
it
gonna
is.
say this is.
0 field goals in 7 minutes is truly astonishing, dude. This is a
Oh
good
my
look.
God, yes.
Let's go, Ty Jerome.
We
I
are
told
so
you.
bad,
I told you to get
baby.
this man on the floor. All it took was Thomas Bryant in front of him for him to create some separation.
Now that's a guard I want to stick.
You got to end these 2 minutes strong if you feel like you have any chance of winning this game.
All
That's
right,
bad
so we're just
defense.
trading threes for twos now. Get it? All right.
Oh, please. Okay. 7 minutes without a field goal is unbelievable, man. That's probably worse than anything they did in the last 2 years. I mean, that is so bad.
No, I know, or we can't trade baskets. It just is funny that the minute we have some offensive pulse, it comes with awful defense.
Another, like, that was a good look for Garland, but that's another possession where no one touches the ball. Like, no one touches the ball. It was a good look. It really was. But man, we're over.
Sam, I don't like that you A didn't show up to the game and B are tweeting so pessimistically in the chat.
.12 game. Ty Jerome. See, this is where he struggles. He's not good at getting the ball up the floor against, like, this is going to be a 8-second. No.
Oh,
He's not good at breaking the press. So that's been part of the issue for him this entire series. He's not going to help in that regard. Can't buy a bucket, dude. Yeah, I mean, Greg Anthony's cooking with that.
I was gonna say.
There's, there's no fluidity to this offense right now. It's a good look for Ty. Dude, he should have been playing earlier. I just got to say it. It's so obvious he should have been on the court.
Good screen.
Yeah.
He's got that spunk.
Sorry, I'm getting tweets off. That's why I've gone nonverbal.
Ty would have been balls if he played earlier.
Maybe that's what Kenny was doing. He was just charging up Ty Jerome's anger. Like, how do I get the Typhoon explosion? I have to make him feel like he's being disrespected on the bench all night and then bringing him back out to unleash his anger. Yeah, he's building up the Ty rage meter. My concern now is it's going to be too little too late. Got the crowd back into it. Maybe if anything can energize them a little bit, Typhoon would do it. Mitchell back on the floor. That's good to see. All right, man. I mean, going 7 minutes without a bucket, that's going to be the story of the game right now. If they lose, that's it right there. Where they lost it. Yeah, Mitchell hasn't been good outside of the first quarter. He hasn't been good. He's clearly not moving at 100%, but he hasn't made good reads. I mean, he should definitely be on the floor though. You can't not play Mitchell with your season on the line. I'd
How
rather
does
play with Hurt Mitchell than Craig Porter Jr. I'm sorry.
why is Thomas Bryant like Ray Allen against us? All right, Donovan.
And
Oh,
one. Yeah, it was another tough shot, but Tony was right. Thomas Bryant exists. Yeah, he's come alive the last 2 games, unfortunately. He didn't play very well at the start of the series.
what do you think that person who commented thinks
Yeah,
about Thomas Bryant right now?
right. Bet he notices him now.
Tony does in-depth scouting reports, and his sources in Indy were saying that Thomas Bryant was a pivotal piece.
It's true. They warned me. They tried to warn me what was going to happen.
You
Feeling
know the
dangerous.
typhoon.
Oh, sorry. Feeling dangerous on YouTube with a super chat says, last year I was okay with it. I knew what we were this year. I was actually tricked into this team as a contender anyway. Go Guards 1-2-0 today. They're at least honest when they rip my heart out. Yeah, man, we'll do we're gonna have lots of discussions about this team and how the season ultimately played out. It looks like it's gonna happen tonight, possibly, but trying to stay focused on this game for now. But I'm with you, man. It's going to be an absolutely heartbreaking way for the year to end. Thanks for the super chat. I really appreciate it. And go Guards.
Die-hard baseball fan Tony Pesta giving you baseball analysis.
It's a good take from Hunter. Yeah, I feel like Hunter hasn't even played that much. Let me see how many minutes he
20
played.
minutes.
20 minutes. Yeah, man, like the rotations, I'm not happy with the rotations today. I don't think Kenny's been as bad as people have given him flack for in this series, but this is a game where DeAndre Hunter should have played 35 to 40 minutes, in my opinion. Like it's just Darius Garland's played more minutes than Hunter, and he has barely looked like he can move up and down the floor. It's just I get why you're playing Garland, but DeAndre Hunter needed to play like 40 minutes tonight. Ty Jerome needed to get an earlier opportunity. Yeah, the depth helped so much throughout the regular season. And it feels like we're completely out of options here, which is so unfortunate. I don't like Dean Wade's played 19 minutes, man, and Hunter's played 20. And I'm not even like a Dean Wade hater. You guys know my take on Dean Wade. That's unacceptable. I can't understand it.
You're putting an unwilling shooter on the floor the second most amount of minutes.
Yeah.
TJ McConnell blowing by Ty Jerome is comedy. It's definitely I prefer like a drama personally. You could say a dramedy, I guess. Oh man, this is gonna really hype me up.
The Ty Jerome fourth quarter is about to be upon us.
Regular season merchants, get out of here.
No, I don't think. Again, I'm not trying to do the copium take, but like this is nowhere near the team that we saw in the regular season. I don't think it's fair to pretend that this is anywhere near the team that we saw win 64 games. That's life in the NBA though, right? Like we said, availability is the best ability. So we can criticize them all we want. And I think me and Corey have both done a really good job of criticizing the issues that we've seen in this game, right? Like we're not blaming it entirely on injuries, but I do think it's fair to I do think it's unfair to say that the regular season they were frauds or whatever. Like, no, this is not the same team that we saw in the regular season, as evident by the fact that they didn't play Ty Jerome for the entire 3 fucking quarters. Like, you got to play the dude who got you here, who helped get you here. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. And like I don't think Kenny Atkinson. A lot of people are like really really pissed off at Kenny. I haven't been that mad at him, and I'm exaggerating a little bit, but I do think the rotations tonight were really bad. DeAndre Hunter should not have only played 20 minutes. Ty Jerome should not only have 3 minutes right now. It's kind of crazy that we everything is going wrong and the rotations haven't helped.
And I truthfully, with the way this series has gone, don't think this is if they played the Knicks instead or the
Mm,
Celtics instead in the second round, this would have been avoidable. I think it's like the Heat were basically just a regular season team anyway, so they're not really anything you could take
yeah.
away from. But I think this lack of processing and showing like how they can't really react to counter punches, and we're seeing the deterioration of a regular season system in real time. This would have happened in any series. I don't know necessarily, like, not to discredit the Pacers by
Mm.
any chance, but like I think a lot of teams would throw at the Cavs what the Pacers have with better personnel.
Ty Jerome. Yeah, no, I like the Pacers, what they won 50 games, right? Like they're a
Yeah.
competent, good team. And I've said this on the playback stream as early as I think March or February, that I think the Pacers are probably the third best team in the Eastern Conference, and the only other team outside of Boston that I thought could actually beat the Cavs, fully healthy Cavs, in a series. Now I would still pick the Cavs fully healthy against them, but I thought that there was a world where they could pull
Oh,
it off. And so, like, oh my goodness. Whoa, a patient attack from Ty Jerome. Man, Kenny got the best out of him somehow. Here we go. Come on. The ball's moving now.
oh my
Nice.
God, yes.
Nice. See, that
I'll
was a
take
really
those
good
3-point attempts
right.
anytime.
The ball movement was so good right there. Why they should have been playing like that all game. But I mean,
Dude,
first quarter they were playing like that. And then they just completely went away from it for no reason for 24 minutes. Feeling dangerous. Another super chat. I really appreciate you, man. He says, one more for you, Tony, for keeping me sane. Go Guards is excellent baseball analysis, in my humble opinion. I call it how I see it, right? Go Guards. Let's get that dub.
damn, dude, TBS has got to pick you up. I tell
In,
you
in all
what.
honesty, thanks to everyone in the chat. I'm hoping this isn't the last Cavs stream of the season, but I'll say it again at the end of the game regardless. But thanks to everyone on YouTube and Playback who's been tuning in throughout these. Yeah, man, I didn't even think of that. That Cavs would be 0-3 at home in this series if they drop this one. That's truly brutal. Ty should play the whole fourth. Yeah, probably, man.
That's what you rested him up for. I would be honestly pissed for every minute that at this point Ty Jerome's not on the floor.
Yeah, coming into this game, I didn't expect to be saying that, but it quickly turned into that.
The fans are dialed in. All it took
Yeah, the
was
fans are way back into it now.
they love two exciting
Oh,
whites going at it.
All right, Mitchell. I like it.
Oh my
I
God,
still like
bro.
the take, but
I know, but how many
huge
times is
Chasedown
he
block.
decelerating into a
Yeah,
block?
right. That burst just isn't there, man. Like he's got a he's this is a great move to get there, and then it's just too slow up to the rim.
What a good
Great
block.
block from Mathurin.
Gumbo, what the hell, dude? All right.
Man.
Jump.
Oh. I mean, it kind
Kenny.
of. I don't think Kenny's gonna challenge that. It kind of looked like a foul. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, he's
I
reaching
mean, his
all
arm's
across
only
his
like
body.
completely
Yeah.
hugging his chest, but yeah, you're right. Players are hilarious, man. I want us to burn
I mean,
our
it's a
challenge.
4-point game. I don't know why I felt like we were down like 10. I mean, it feels like we're down 20, but Cavs, big opportunity here.
All right, let's not
Yeah,
take
I
that.
mean,
Okay.
that's like what I would say 6 fast break opportunities the Cavs haven't been able to convert. Really sucks.
A fast break that turns into somehow everyone's around you by the time the shot attempt goes up at the
Yeah.
rim.
And I mean,
Why
at
can we-
least that one Turner was back sitting in the paint, so it's like the least glaring one. But like the 2 Mitchell ones hurt more. That one, at least, I'm like, all right. Well, at least it wasn't a clear path to the rim. There was
At
a
that point, I'd
7-footer
rather
in
you
the
just
way.
peel out.
Yeah,
than
exactly.
feel like,
That's
I
the
got
problem with
this.
that one. All right, Darius is
Uh-oh.
back. I really don't know what he's
Donovan,
going to be
though.
able to give you.
I feel like at this point you're getting the same from Darius and Donovan with the
Yeah.
state that both of them are in. It's just a body that the defense normally would pay attention to.
0
Also,
for 8 from
absolute
Strus
dud from
sucks.
Strus.
Yeah. He's been so good throughout this series. This is the worst time for him to go cold, man.
I
Really
feel
unfortunate.
like I truthfully believe that this stretch of basketball from Strus is probably his best in the Cavs uniform. So
Yeah.
to see it go like this right now is kind of shocking.
Yeah, it's so unfortunate, man. I don't know what he was averaging. Ooh,
Oh,
ooh, let's go. All right, that was huge. Oh, man. Look, I'll be real with you, right? Like everything that we've seen, I don't want to think about like what a game 6 would even look like at this point with how horrible the Cavs look. But I will say, if they manage to fight back and win this game, I think that
Cody
means
is
something.
all in.
I think that means something for the heart of this team if they're able to pull it off. Do they win game 6? Can they pull off a comeback? I'm not saying any of that. I'm just saying this specific game right here, if they're able to pull it off, I think that would be incredibly impressive with how bad they've looked all night. Like how limited they've looked, how bad the process has been, how completely rattled they've looked. If they manage to actually fight back, I'd be really impressed.
Oh my God,
Good
please.
take from DG. Good take from DG, man. Hey, they're not giving up. That's all I can say. They're still fighting hard. It's good to see that. They could have completely rolled over after Indiana went up by what, 11 or 12?
Yeah, I totally also think it's very. I'm not gonna take. While I haven't loved DG's shot attempts and shot
Mm,
selection in this series, I will say the difference between a banged up DG this year and last year is the willingness that DG has to at least go be aggressive at going to the rim. I feel like last season that wasn't even an option given the state his body was in. So just gonna give him props on that front.
yeah. Yeah, exactly. It's like there's only so much that I'm expecting from Darius with the way that he's moving, and I think that he's been overzealous on offense and probably taken too many shots, but he's still fighting through it. And as we have said throughout his entire career, we always prefer this aggressive version of Darius to the version of Darius where he has like 4 field goal attempts in 30 minutes in a crucial game. It's obviously not ideal when he's shooting this poorly. Um, but I still appreciate the fight and the willingness to go to the basket on that play too.
Hmm. I don't even know if I would say DG's 50% at this point.
No, the guy really he is so. I mean, he can't change speed like directions. He can't change directions.
Are you laughing at Mike?
Yeah, as I'm saying this,
Yeah.
yeah, that play where Darius is literally jogging in circles while the ball is dead because he's just trying to keep his blood flowing in his foot. I think that says everything. Someone says refs might pull you guys over the finish line. Okay, dude. Yeah, the refs are the reason this is a close game. Give me a break. Like, come on, man.
The refs. I love how the refs are really trying to be covert about this.
Right. They're really doing it under the radar. That's crazy.
Who said
Like,
that?
listen, man, if the
I
Pacers
want
win, they
names.
absolutely deserve it. But, like, DG is 15%, yeah. What are the Cavs shooting from the 3-point line now? Ty Jerome,
20%. Thanks for asking.
thank God Ty Jerome hit a couple threes.
If
Get
you
that
took
up to
Ty
20.
Jerome and if the power of friendship wasn't on the floor, the Cavs would be 1-for-18.
That's just
Sorry, 19.
brutal.
If I include Dean Wade's
Oh,
1 attempt.
well, there you go.
I see what you're thinking. Like, you're saying feed the bigs, but some would say it's time to feed Jerome. I think we just need to have Jerome in the core four just as side characters right now. This plot is Jerome oriented.
I can't believe it's a 1-point game. I can't believe they've actually kept it this close after all that. I don't know if they're going to be able to hang on. Yeah, there's still 9 minutes left. Feels like we are hanging on by a thread right now. Yeah, Mobley got caught up there somewhere. I didn't see exactly what happened, but it looked like Mobley couldn't get to Halliburton there. Jerome's going to struggle to create separation against Nesmith.
Yeah.
It's a good take. That's a good shot from Garland. It comes after like you already ran through one action. Garland turns the corner off a handoff. Like that's good offensive process. If they lose this game, we're gonna look at that 7-minute stretch in the third quarter where they pass the ball 3 total times and didn't make a single shot. Like that's where they lost the game.
The only passing in that 7-minute stretch was the inbounder to
Yeah, like not counting those, they passed it like 4 total times. I gotta grab my iPhone charger at the next dead ball. My phone's at 7%. I'm gonna lose the YouTube chat.
You got to keep up with that baseball analysis. That's what they're there for.
It's gonna stop, Cavs. Man, would a Max Strus 3 be so helpful? Good recovery from Mobley. Man, that was good defense too.
Miles Turner has been very good in this series.
Yeah.
A guy whose name gets thrown around every trade deadline.
Yeah, he's been impressive.
Oh, Darius, what?
Oh my God, in and out, and then that just adds insult to injury right there. Just have to soak that one in. Just hung there.
Can't wait for that clip on your from your playback highlights. I was just both sitting there, just like
Max Strus.
This is like Tristan's thing. What the hell?
Yeah, what is Tristan Thompson even good for at this point?
I mean, I love to know when it's the right time to buy crypto, but I would also like you to just go and poke the ball out. It's a bull's market.
Strus on Halliburton. Switching it. I do like this lineup right now, although I'm not too sure how confident I feel in Garland. Mitchell's just not
I feel the opposite.
Attention. Yeah.
Honestly, I don't know how much I don't want the 2 guards on the floor at the same time anymore. That's just basically playing 3-on-5 defense.
Yeah, Mitchell right there is completely way too far off of Nemhard. Thank God that went in.
How is that not basket interference?
Right. I'll take it.
Get him, Demo.
Oh, that's a tough call there. Might have been a foul, but tough break for the Cavs. You can see it. I mean, he looks like he's sliding his feet pretty well there. Kind of a tough call to make.
I don't know how much I love that.
All right, they managed to get the ball out of Halliburton's hands, but Siakam has a runway.
Just goes right past Mobley, just sidesteps him. Mobley was there for it too.
Does Mitchell have anything left in the tank? Oof. I don't know, man. I don't know how much Mitchell is going to be able to give us with the way he's looking, but I'm sure he's going to, whatever he has left, he's going to give it. I mean, they trap the ball out of his hands. Hunter can't get back in time. Mobley's there, but he just, Siakam, lanky as hell, goes all the way around him in the air. Yeah. Yeah, you might want to get Ty back on the floor soon. I'd imagine they have to give him a little bit of a rest. That might be why he's out right now. Don't know who they're going to close with.
He's checking in, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be fascinating if Ty Jerome doesn't play until the end of the third quarter and then closes this game. It's like, wow. He closes in without. I mean, are they going to run the three guards? That's my question.
That's what
Are you
they're
going to take
doing.
Garland out? Yeah. Are they gonna finish the game with Ty Jerome, or are they gonna finish it with Garland? I don't know. God, gotta make the free throws.
This
The
is
margin for
not.
error is way too small right now for missed free throws.
I don't like this at all.
Oh man, strip. Need it. Absolutely need it. God, they're gonna make this one as stressful as possible, huh?
Ice cold takes in real time. I don't like this at all. Strip, fast break, 3-point shot.
All right, that's a good recovery from Hunter there. Hunter's had some good defensive plays for a guy who we were a bit worried about. Oh, all right. Hold on to that.
What personnel are they running?
See what Mitchell has for us.
Naismith, Nembhard, and
Would like
Halliburton.
Mobley to make a little more contact on that screen.
Oh my god.
All right, it's another wide open three. Can't hit it, dude. Can't hit a three.
Consistently.
Yeah. There's a Ty Jerome foul.
Are we averaging? Oh no, it's not as dire. I was like, are we averaging a 3 a quarter?
It's what it feels like. Listen, man, it's 3-point variance in the playoffs. 4-game stretch where they shoot the ball poorly in the regular season. It happens in the playoffs. It could cost you your entire season, and that's what's happening right now. And the Pacers have played good defense. I'm not acting like they haven't, but the Cavs have also missed so many looks. On the other hand, the Pacers have hit all their looks. Like even when the Cavs play good defense, the Pacers are making shots.
Evan, pull up.
All right, Jerome setting the screen now. They're going to go at Halliburton. And he falls down.
I think he got
can't
flat
get back
tire,
up. I don't think he's going to he doesn't look like he's getting back up. No, he did get back up, but it took him forever. Yeah, I think you might have to get Darius out, man. He's not playing good, and he's also clearly not capable. There's nothing that I've seen from him that makes me think he's going to be able to overcome what he's working through right now. He's really hurting. Strus is coming back in, would assume, for Garland. Need it. Good God. Needed it. Absolutely needed it. It's a tough shot. Mitchell trying to give us some heroics right now.
I appreciate that DG is on the floor. I would like him off the floor.
I'm with you. I'm right there with you.
It looks like he just pulled something in his back, too.
Yeah, he's so visibly hurting. Yeah.
Call a timeout, dude.
Neesmith missing a 3. You're surprised. Nembhard missing the 3. There's no way both of them are missing back-to-back. Didn't call timeout. I thought he did. You got to get Garland off the floor, man. Look at how he's moving. I just don't.
It doesn't serve the team at all.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then there's Ty Jerome. First horrible decision of the game from Jerome. And then he commits a stupid foul, too. Back-to-back. Bad stuff from Jerome. That might be it. That might do it. Can't afford a swing like that.
No, sirs.
Yeah, it's bad shot attempt from Jerome right here. It's good recovery from Halliburton. But then this is a dumb foul from Jerome. I mean, why are you reaching down?
It looks like they pulled him too, so yeah. That's good.
Fairly, yeah. I mean, that's basically how Jerome has played throughout the series. He actually finally gave us some good minutes here, but looks like he's coming right back in now.
Oh my God.
That's crazy pass.
It was crazy.
Probably should have swung that to Strus. Yeah. Yeah. Hunter should have swung that one. Like I said, the Cavs are just playing dumb basketball. They've played dumb basketball for most of this game. They have not made the right reads. A lot of people are going to focus on like physicality, toughness, stuff like that. They're just playing stupid basketball. That's all it is. I mean,
They're a
they're
team that has
playing
got
dumb.
uncomfortable.
Yeah, they're playing dumb basketball, and they don't have the stars who can carry them out of this right now. With Mitchell and Garland both playing very poorly right now. It's where you would think that they would go to Mobley more often, but he hasn't really had the touches. Um,
Oh,
it's great defense right there.
good
Get the
board.
rebound.
Oh, they didn't take Ty out. Why did they?
But no, they took him out and they put him right back in the next possession. Yeah, I
All
mean,
right.
like I said, you're not going to win if you shoot this poorly from three. I said it right after game one. If you continue to shoot this poorly, you're not winning the series. And that's what's happened. They've shot horrifically all series long.
Cavs are
You
shooting
can't
like
sustain that.
the Cavs are shooting like there's 8 seconds from the minute they get the ball.
Right. Well, would have been the dagger. Door's still open, but it's looking unlikely. Got to get something good here.
It can pop. Feels like that's what they're hoping for.
Yeah.
Good
It's going to
God.
be a desperation. Oh, you got a really good look out all that. No. Got it back. Missed it.
Oh.
Lots of misses at the rim. Lots of open threes missing. I mean, you're not going to win a game like that. It's a make or miss league, man. Yeah, I mean, listen, this is gonna be a tough discussion to have because I still am firmly on the side that you keep this core and you run it back next year. But I completely understand why everyone's pissed off and frustrated. The YouTube chat's frustrated. I'm sure people in here are going to be frustrated, but there's going to be a lot of angry, frustrated takes that drop, and so it's going to be a hard position for me to be in and be like, no, guys, they should bring this team back. But we'll have that discussion when we get there. I am just saying it right off the rip, though. I think it would be a knee jerk overreaction to blow the team up in response to this series. With that said, this was as disappointing of an ending to the season as you could have imagined. I mean, the only thing that would have been worse would have been losing in round one, but like that just wasn't. That would have been inconceivable. Losing to Indiana, given the circumstances, was conceivable. Losing in this fashion was still the most disappointing way it could have gone down. And there's no way around that. So I'm not going to sit here and pretend like the team is above criticism. But I am gonna the take. Yeah, like Dylan says, don't look at Twitter. It's gonna be a tough honestly, a tough summer. It's gonna be a tough summer of takes. We're gonna see a lot of bad takes.
Yeah. I'm with you on the core front. It just makes it so unbearable that this is like what the next few months are going to be.
Yeah.
I think I was more into a shuffle last year than I am this year, honestly.
Yeah.
I feel like I've seen enough in the regular season. I don't think this is like the Utah Jazz season with Mitchell a few years ago or the Atlanta Hawks season that people love to just lazily throw the comp of for the Cavs.
Yeah.
I think that it's just tough that we're coming off 2 seasons in a row where we're like, I'd love to see this team at full strength in a series that matters, but like that isn't enough reason to be like, oh, I'm going to trade and just shuffle the deck for the sake of shuffling the deck here. Like that is not something that's going to protect this team from getting injured.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's like, and even just looking at last season too, right? It's like you looked at what happened in the playoffs, and we all acknowledged the injuries that they went through, and we said, hey, I think there's a reason not to blow the season or to blow the core up, because I think if they were healthy, they could have been better. And they immediately proved it throughout the entire regular season. And people will say the regular season doesn't mean anything, blah, blah, blah. We get way too overboard with dismissing the regular season. There are factors of the regular season that don't mean that much, right? Individual matchups, right? Like the Knicks got swept by the Celtics in the regular season, and now they're about to beat them in probably 5 games. Individual matchups against certain teams, you don't necessarily put too much stock into. Any 1 week or 1 month stretch in the regular season, you don't put too much stock into. but the totality of the regular season, the totality of who you are in the regular season absolutely does matter for the playoffs. You look at every single past champion, they were really good in the regular season. It's incredibly rare that you have a team that wasn't in like the top 5, basically all the important categories, win the championship. So you can't just throw out the regular season and pretend that the Cavs, like, oh, we'll do 64 wins, doesn't matter. You do not win 64 games as an accident. And again, like I gotta be honest with you, Gumbo, and you clarified in the second part there, but like the Cavs did not lose this series because they were soft. I don't see that. I do not see, like, as Hustle says, Knicks series all over again. I did not see them get beat up on the glass. I did not see them get pushed around. I saw them play stupid basketball in this elimination game, not play their regular brand of basketball as far as moving the ball around. And none of that had to do with them getting pushed around. And I don't agree that the regular season is pointless. I think you can look at every single past champion and tell me where they finished in the regular season. It's all going to be very, very good. You don't win 64 games on accident. And so that's why I'm saying that I still think you should bring the core 4 back, because clearly this team has talent. That was a crazy shot from Mitchell. But we'll talk about that when we get there. It could be in 2 minutes from now. But let's focus on this game. 2-possession game here.
Garland's back in.
And never mind. I'll reply to the chat after. We'll watch the game. Good defense. Good board. All right, you don't need a 3 here. Don't need a 3.
Please don't.
Yeah, I thought he was about to pull that back up.
Oh.
Ooh. In the motion? Can't tell.
Bonus, whatever it is.
3 free throws. All right, I need him to hit the free throws, man. He's been missing free throws. Yeah, I mean, the one thing that I wanted to reply to, since we have a quick stop, as Gumbo says, some BS that only happens in Cleveland. That's just not true. That's just not true. It's not, Cleveland is not the only team that has upsetting playoff series, man. Like, I just look at what's going on in Boston right now. This happens. Man, you got to hit the free throws, Mitchell. Got to hit the free throws.
It's pretty crazy when you think about that. Only one fan base is usually happy at the end of the year. So
29 teams get pretty upset. Yeah, and Boston got lost to an 8 seed the year before that, right? It's like it's silly to think that teams just walk to the championship without ever going through adversity. Now, maybe the Cavs never win a championship. The truth is, it's damn near impossible to win a chip. We had LeBron for 11 years, and we only got one of them, and it took the most unpredictable 3-1 comeback of all time. So it's very silly to act like teams don't go through adversity. And I think if recent NBA history has shown anything, blowing up your core in response to adversity doesn't really, the grass is not always greener. He missed 3 of them, man. That's brutal. Yeah. Absolutely brutal right there. Wow.
Nice.
Great block from Mobley.
Garland was looking to get rid of that.
God damn, he can hit threes, but he just can't make free throws. It would be a tie game. Damn it. Mitchell, 35 points somehow, despite some of the horrific moments he's had. Like I said, he's going to leave it all on the line. He's been unbelievable in the playoffs, regardless of how this game ends. Donovan Mitchell's been an absolute hero throughout this postseason. I know today he was pretty rough for a good stretch of it. Challenge that. You got to challenge that, Kenny. Got to challenge that. Darius looked straight up to me. Jarrett, are you rooting against the Cavs? Like, I don't get the. I don't get the Cleveland fan base tendency to root against their own team. I think you got to challenge that, Kenny. What, you got nothing to lose.
I feel like I've seen Jarrett root for both sides.
I know. I guess he's not going to challenge it. I mean, I just feel like you have nothing to lose in that scenario. You potentially take 3 points off the board if you win, but I guess they didn't feel too confident they were going to win.
Darius so clearly does not want the ball.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they would lose their last time out. Good point, Cavs LQ. I guess you do have something to lose. You would lose last time out. Is that going to be a take foul? Oh, it's bonus anyway.
Jackson with just a frowny face.
And yeah, to respond to you two, Boston that won a championship question mark. Look at how many times Boston completely blew it in the playoffs before they got to the championship. They literally lost to the 8 seed the year before that. They went down 0-3 and lost to an 8 seed. They lose to the Warriors, who they probably should have been able to beat in the playoffs, in all honesty. The year before that, I forget who they lost to. Boston went through so many ups and downs before they got there. They kept that core together for like 7 years. And the reality is, this Cavs team, like, let's just call it what it is, right? This core might never win a championship. They might never win a championship. But I don't see any, like, I don't see a cool guy. I'm not disrespecting you. I'm trying to point out how difficult it is to win a chip and how continuity and sticking with your guys is the best choice. Oh, that was helpful. I think this game's over, but that was a fortunate break there. Anyways, my point is this team might never break through, but Jake Eisenberg saying the same thing. We got some Celtics fans in here. So the YouTube chat who's calling me crazy for mentioning the Celtics, you go through adversity. You go through adversity no matter who you are. No team just walks to the title. The Cavs, like, listen, this is the most disappointing ending to the season they could have had. But the only reason why I went on this whole rant is because someone said it only happens to Cleveland. I can promise you the Cavs are not the only team that has gone through something like this.
It's so rare that when teams emerge as a good team right off the rip that they win anything of substance, Like, these are the lessons that you learn along the way.
There's a dagger. Yeah, man. Tough way for it to end, but it could be worse. See you in the 2027 Eastern Conference Finals. Jake, the Celtics and the Cavs going out like this, no one could have seen it happening. Even just one of us losing in the second round would have been surprising, but both of us going down, at least we're going down together, right? We can take solace, and we're not the only team that blew it. And you know what? Indiana, they played a damn good series. They played incredible. Like, listen, the Cavs, a lot of things went wrong. A lot of it out of their control, a lot of it in their control, and Indiana made them pay every single step of the way. They played fantastic basketball for 5 games. Can we unite against the Knicks? Dude, I
think I'm rooting for the Knicks, honestly.
I don't want any team to win in the conference finals now. But yeah, I mean, like, listen, I do want to give credit to Indiana. They played great. I mentioned it. People in the playback chat heard me. I mentioned it as early as February or like very early March that I thought Indiana was the 3rd best team in the Eastern Conference and the only other team besides the Boston Celtics who I thought could beat the Cavs, a fully healthy version of the Cavs. We didn't get to see that. And so unfortunately, we have no idea what would have happened. But the Cavs, it's so disappointing that this historic 64-win team is going to go down feeling like we didn't get a chance to see them throw their best punch against Indiana. That's truly unfortunate. The injuries played a role in that. Their decision-making played a role in that. They blew it. There's no way around it. The injuries, like I said, clearly a factor, but they still blew it. And it's painful to see 64-win season go down like that.
I don't even think the whole game 2, the series would be different thing really would stick based on what I've seen.
With how hurt they are.
Yeah.
Like Darius not anywhere near himself. Gumbo, what did you tell me? I would like to understand your take here. You were a good little fanboy all year. What if I said that you disagree with? Because if I had known that Darius Garland would look 20% of himself, Evan Mobley and DeAndre Hunter would miss a game, I would have probably said Pacers in 7, maybe Cavs in 7, but it would have been a toss-up. I would not have picked the Cavs to win this series had I known how injured they were. And so I know Twitter sometimes thinks that like I'm just overly optimistic, but like I said, I literally just gave you my opinion. And so if I had known the injuries coming into this, and as Corey said, like, it wouldn't have mattered even if they had won game 2 probably at this point, because you see how visibly limited their best players are. And again, the Cavs themselves blew it in many ways. Like, I think they could have played better than they did. I think they should have taken this to 6 games. I'm disappointed that they couldn't even defend their home floor here in this last game. But I also see Darius Garland limping around the floor and Donovan Mitchell limping around the floor. And I'm like, well, what did you expect to happen? Like, if you thought the Cavs could win this series with how many injuries they had, then I just fundamentally disagree with you. I don't think any team can sustain injuries to 4 of their key players against a competent 50-win Indiana Pacers team.
I just, you know, you talk about this team, the expectation of it. I think from the minute that you just take a look at the guards, like you said, this this was going to be nearly impossible for this team to
Yeah.
really even go on a run in the next round. They would have literally limped their way into the conference finals against two teams that are very healthy,
Yep.
barring any issues between like the Thunder, Nuggets, Pacers going or Knicks going forward. I would not change a thing with the core of this team. Obviously, it always you kind of shuffle the deck with reserves, but the Cavs
Mm.
also are in a position where that isn't a possibility.
It's very difficult, right? Like, yeah, I see. I've seen people float this out in the YouTube chat. Says Garland, Allen, and Okoro for Antetokounmpo. I don't think it's financially possible to pull that off. And even if it was, to be honest with you, I don't think Milwaukee would be in. Like, why would Milwaukee want to do that? You know, it's like, okay, we're going to be a play-in team. Why not? I think they're going to go for as many picks as they can
Mhm.
if that comes down to it. And yeah, like I agree with you. I'm keeping the core four together. I think exploring an Allen trade is the most reasonable thing to do, but I still think keeping the core four together is the logical decision. We got Nas the God says, Rip City fan here. Hope you guys run it back next year. They won't fold like they did the last 2 years. Hopefully they're healthy. Plus no Celtics to worry about. Listen, I stand by this. You guys can call it copium. You can say whatever it is. I think healthy Cavs win this series, and I think they would beat the New York Knicks as well. So I think you could argue reasonably. I don't think this is me being biased or anything. I think there's a reasonable argument to be made that if the Cavs were as healthy as they were in games 1 and 2 against Miami, they probably make a finals run here. And so that's the argument for me for keeping this core together, because if you get a good fortune in terms of health, you go all the way to the finals this year. And so that's why you keep them together, because you two mentioned this too, and I won't yap too much longer. I won't hold you guys too much longer. But someone else on YouTube also mentioned like the Spurs lost to the Grizzlies in the first round. The Mavs lost to the Warriors in the first round, but they stayed the course and eventually broke through. And that's all you can really do in the NBA. Gumbo is just absolutely trolling. If you could give me a reason why you can't go with the core four, or like how I'm detached from reality, I'd like to hear it. But I mean, at the end of the day, if you dismiss the Cavs injuries, then it's a non-starter for a conversation.
I don't like to go off your point we talked about early in the game, where it's like it's not going to be the one for one. I think fans envision like an Allen
Mm,
trade being, because I think that's the name that's going to be floated around. I don't think there's going to be many cases out there for Garland, and I don't think anyone wants to move Mitchell or Mobley. So the
yeah,
odds that you get back in a salary that you're really strictly stuck with, you're not going to get as dynamic of a player as Allen. And
mm,
it's been proven that the coaching staff figured out how the two can kind of work together. The big combination, unlike in past seasons, I feel like we shouldn't be heading into this upcoming season being like, now how do we get the most out of the Mobley Allen pairing?
mm.
I feel like a lot of the questions come from why did stuff break down offensively as the series went on, and some of that is that you can't really put the same weight on the guards that you did in
Yeah.
seasons past when they're both banged up. But yeah, I don't want to ramble
Exactly.
either.
Like here, we'll end on this note. This is the last kind of we'll end. I have a couple more things to say, but I'll make it quick. The Cavs did not lose in the playoffs this year for the same reasons that they lost in recent years, right? In 2023, they lost because they got completely punked on the glass. They were out physical, they were out muscled. Evan Mobley couldn't make a read in the short roll. Jarrett Allen was literally nothing. Darius Garland got completely like pushed off his game, and he was healthy in that series, right? Just could not make an impact. Donovan Mitchell had a horrible shooting series. That's why we lost against New York. Against Boston, and really, I'll mention the Orlando series too. Like, we struggled so much because we just literally had no offensive process at any point during those two series. It was all Donovan Mitchell basically the entire time, and some Evan Mobley stuff. It was all hero ball. All the breakthroughs that we saw under Kenny Atkinson in this season from the ball movement to Mitchell and Garland actually looking like a pairing rather than just two individual guys who are good on their own. They actually gelled together, to Jarrett Allen and Evan Mobley gelling together. Those all showed to be true throughout the regular season. And I believe they would have shown in the playoffs had they been healthy. As you said, like we just couldn't, Darius Garland couldn't lead the offense the way that he did throughout the regular season because he was limping. Evan Mobley didn't get touches down the stretch because Mitchell and Garland were reverting back to that JB Bickerstaff ball in this game. But outside of that, their process was good in this series. The fifth game was horrible offensive process. Game 4, they just got smacked in the mouth right away. But they didn't lose because they were getting out physical. They didn't lose because they couldn't. This is a team that just can't generate offense. They generated good looks as compared to previous years where the offense just felt like it was in the mud all year. So to me, again, we'll talk about it plenty, but I understand why everyone's upset. This was a season that you don't see very often where it felt like all the stars aligned for most of the year, and then it all crashed down horrifically in literally a span of like a week and a half. So I get why everyone's pissed. I'm not here to police the fan base or tell you not to be upset. You can criticize them for plenty of things, but I also just think it's fair to keep in mind that the team that won 64 games is not the team that we got to see in the second round, and that's what's frustrating for me.
Yeah, it felt like this team didn't even really get a true chance to kind of show their the litmus test of how much they improved just because so much was kind of deteriorating around them. And then it's like you can't really run a lot of the same stuff you were running in the regular season and even in the first few games of the Miami series because a lot of key personnel is missing. And honestly, it was like not really a great shooting season or a shooting stretch for them throughout this entire Pacers series. There's usually like some games within a series where you have your highs and your lows. And it just felt like without the three ball that this Cavs team was so heavily reliant on, kind of similar to the way Boston is. Like you have seen in both series, like how much that really swings in offense and how like teams like the Cavs and Celtics, when a shot that comprises a lot of your offensive portfolio falls, this is what happens. And it just feels like there's a lot of factors, nothing to which I'm like thinking that I'm in blow up mode whatsoever. It's just a lot of disappointing things all coinciding at the same time.
Mm. Yeah, and I know. I think Cavs LQ in the chat said, "Don't focus on the trolls." Well, there's Pacers fans in the YouTube chat, which I just want to, in case you just joined, in case the Pacers fans just joined, I literally spent like a solid 3 minutes talking about how good the Pacers are and how I said from the start that they could beat a healthy Cavs team, and it's completely reasonable for me to mention that the injuries were a factor. Like that. That's all I got to say on that. In case these Pacers fans weren't here at the beginning, because we've been talking for a while, I've given you credit. And I've even gone back to say like 2016 Cavs. Yeah, we benefited from Curry getting hurt, Draymond getting suspended, and Bogut being hurt. Does that take anything away from our championship? Hell no. The banner's right there, right next to me. Doesn't take anything away from you guys winning this series, but it's ridiculous to hand wave it and act like the injuries weren't a factor. Is it the reason why the Cavs lost? No, it's not the only reason, but it's certainly a factor, and I think that's fair to say. And you guys took care of business, right? Like, guess what? Miami got to play against an injured Cavs team too, and they got crushed because they weren't as good as you. You're a 50-win team. You're going to the conference finals, so enjoy it and like understand that I'm not some random like bad faith Cavs fan who's like trashing the Pacers. Or all I've given you guys plenty of credit. I'm just talking from a Cavs perspective and how to move forward. I think it would be a mistake to overreact to this and pretend that the 64-win team was fraudulent. But anyways, we've been talking for a while. I got grades to write. I got to edit and post Jackson's recap. So I got to say to everyone on YouTube and Playback, I know the season ended horrifically. It ended disappointingly. We all thought that we'd at least get a conference finals run here. Didn't happen. It's very disappointing, but this season has legitimately been so much fun. I'm incredibly grateful to all the people who we've gained on YouTube, to all the people who have tuned in every single time on Playback. You guys have been amazing. The chat has been so much fun. I feel like this community has grown in a way that I couldn't even have imagined when we started. Like I literally was like, maybe this will just be a thing that we do once or twice and maybe like 4 people join and it's not that fun. And at the start, it was like just me and Dan. It was like me and Dan Highway at the start. Demo was there early. A lot of people here were here early. I'm not, if I try to list off everybody, I'm inevitably gonna miss someone. But the chat has been so amazing all year long. And I'll read off all the people who are here right now because they're all still the OGs. Dan, Aura, Brilliant Damage, Kiki, Micah, Cavs LQ, Demo, Nas the God, Old Kid, Cleveland Cavaliers, Cool Guy, Dr. Manhattan, Samra, Makeem. All right, there's a lot more people in here than I thought. Hustle, Adhart, Jake Eisenberg, Bryce Ferguson, and Yuri. You guys have been here from the start, and I'm really, really appreciative. I truly mean that from the bottom of my heart. This was such an awesome season. I forgot Gumbo, my bad Gumbo. But yeah, I really appreciate it, guys. It was really fun. And we will be doing more streams, right? Like, we're going to watch some of these playoff games moving forward. No Cavs games, but we'll be watching other ones. And we'll do some sort of off-season streams too. So truly, truly appreciative. Thank you guys so much.
I agree. Go Cavs.
Oh, God. The last one of the season was so depressing. Yeah. Thanks, guys. Everyone, enjoy the rest of your night. We'll have a Junkyard pod coming up at some point tonight. And it's going to be a doozy. So everyone, enjoy the rest of your night. I'll see you next time. I won't see you for Cavs until October. Good God, that's tough to say. But
Summer League,
yeah. Craig Porter Jr., round 3, let's go. All right.